Good morning, people. I'm just gonna get things set up here. Okay. Only a couple more minutes till the stream starts. Okay. It should be this scene right here. Perfect. I got my morning coffee already made. A Dance of Snowy Tides and Hoarfrost Groves. Just gonna refresh this here. It says it's starting 7:51. It's 7:50 right now. And it's supposed to be one of their longer special programs because it's also going to cover their anniversary too.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Mike.
Yep, this is gonna be interesting.
And welcome to Stream Ash. This is going to be one of their most important streams. Here we go. Is it too loud?
Oh, is it live on yours?
Yep.
For me, it's 1 minute. What the hell? Huh. Twitch is being delayed, maybe.
I'm on YouTube. You get a better video on YouTube than Twitch. Or better video quality.
Okay.
Well, the live stream is going. It's just now they're doing their own countdown on the video.
Yeah, Twitch is getting start soon right now. Yeah.
And there's Nefer over here, Loma, Sandrone. Ah, here we go. There's Llama.
What's up, travelers, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version Luna 1 special program! I'm Angelina Danielle-sama, the voice of Anefa.
And I'm Nick Olson, the voice of Flints. What a rare honor it is to meet such worldly travelers.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, and if you're looking at the time, don't worry, travelers. You're not seeing things. We're here ahead of schedule.
That's right. We're just here to kick things off with a little pre-show entertainment. The Genshin Impact dev team will be the ones in charge of introducing the official version content.
Which means we're off the hook for today, right?
Sort of. Part of the reason we're here is to keep travelers company before the show starts. But that's not all. The format of the special program is a little different this time. We'll actually be staying behind the scenes to watch it alongside all of you.
Oh, so do we need to provide commentary at all or just enjoy it?
Nope. To avoid impacting the viewing experience, we'll keep quiet while the official program is going on.
Sweet.
Once it ends, we'll summarize the new content awaiting us in version Luna 1.
Gotcha. Then stay tuned for our summary, travelers.
Oh, but we can chime in during the redemption code breaks.
Got it.
All right, I'm sure what everyone is looking forward to the most about today's special program is getting details about the new region, obviously.
For sure. And getting more information on who we might encounter there. Like, our two characters, of course.
Exactly. So, while we have some time before the special program starts, let's look back on what we know about Notcry so far.
Yeah, let's do it.
Whew.
The first time travelers came across the name Nodcry was from Liban in version 5.1.
That's right. Travelers also got the chance to hear more about Notcry in the version 5.3 event on the Trail of Behemoths.
This early information revealed two main things. One, Nodcry is an autonomous region in the southern part of Snezhnaya. And two, it's a chaotic place controlled by a mix of influences from different nations.
Right. And since then, the devs have been dropping lore bombs left and right. Like in the Song of the Welkin Moon web event.
That was
I remember that.
We learned that Teyvat used to have 3 moons. 2 of them were shattered under mysterious circumstances in the past. And the last one has fallen silent.
a silent moon. It sounds so chilling.
I know, right? And travelers even saw one of the shattered moons for themselves when Malika punched through the false sky. According to her, the remains are called Ancient Moon's Remnants.
Sweet.
Oh, the web event also went over the 11 different factions present in Nodcry.
11. Oh man, that's a lot to keep track of.
I feel that. And there are some new ones, but there are also a few that should be familiar.
Okay.
Like the Knights of Favonius. In version 5.6, travelers had the chance to hear Grandmaster Varka's voice for the first time. But he was a little busy, you know, with enemies on both sides and a group on his tail looking to turn him into mincemeat.
Yeah, busy feels like an understatement. Hopefully, he's not in too much trouble.
I know.
There's a lot of people excited for him.
Oh, and after Varka's debut, we got a glimpse into the behind-the-scenes production of Notcry. The dev team revealed that Notcry is a place where factions struggle for supremacy, all clashing over the same objective, the moon.
Okay, and when you say the moon...
Very funny, Ash.
The ancient moon's remnants?
Well, there's more to it than just that, because according to the devs, the moons have a long history in Teyvat, and Notcry is home to a power far older and purer than the 7 elements.
Older and purer than the 7 elements? Oh, now that sounds very exciting.
Definitely. Of course, at the end of the Song of the Welkin Moon prelude in version 5.8, Varka sent a letter inviting the traveler to meet him in Notcry. And with that, Nodcry officially became the next destination on our adventure.
Which means the factions better watch out because there's about to be a new face in town.
You got that right. In addition, the devs dropped 3 Nodcry teasers over the recent promotions.
That's right. The first was narrated by a certain mage who introduced us to some of the factions in Nodcry, and the second one gave us a sneak peek at Lauma and the Frostmoon Scions.
Right. The Frostmoon Scion's home looks so serene and natural, and
Yeah.
that deer was just so cute.
For real. And of course, in the third teaser, we got to learn about Flints, the Lightkeepers, and the Wild Hunt.
Man, seeing Flints in action? Now, that's sick.
It really was. I have to agree with you. It was just so awesome.
All right, last but not least, it's time for the big ones. I doubt I even need to elaborate, so let's just jump right in. When the Tevat chapter interlude teaser, The God's Limits, dropped, we got to see the true faces of the shades of the heavenly principles. So, you know, just an average Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, nothing crazy about that. But seriously, that means we got to learn more about the sustainer of the heavenly principles, right? The unknown god who tore the twins apart at the beginning of the game?
Exactly. In this video, though, we only got to see the rulers of life, death, and time as they gathered to hold a meeting. The shade from the beginning of the game, aka the ruler of space, was missing.
The unknown god. Unknown no more.
We're speculating that she turned into Paimon.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, there were a couple of important takeaways.
That is a
One,
speculation since the very
ruler of
beginning of the game,
space's
too.
whereabouts are unknown. 2, the heavenly principles are still asleep. And 3, the Jester has a complicated past with the gods and some very intriguing orders to carry out in Nodcry. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god? Ah, that part just gave me chills.
Killing a god. So that has to be a part of the Fatui's grand plan.
Seems like it. Based off what we saw in the video, we know one thing for sure. One of their goals in Nodcry is to retrieve the Damselet, another one of the Fatui Harbingers.
The Damselette. Guessing that means she's gonna be a key character in the events to come.
It's very possible.
And speaking of key characters, the Moonlit Ballad of the Night trailer gave us a glimpse at some of the major characters travelers can look forward to meeting in Nodcry. And man, that was definitely a big one. It
No
was
kidding.
so hard. I feel like that trailer is something travelers look forward to every year.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Barca, Alice, Marionette, Flints, Lauma. It was so cool to see how all these different factions are converging.
Right? It definitely keeps things exciting.
For sure. Well, with that refresher, you should have all the information you need to experience the upcoming special program to the fullest, travelers. And if we built up your excitement even further, well, that's a win-win.
And with that, it's about time for the two of us to take a break. Coming up next, the official Genshin Impact version Luna 1 special program. Stay tuned, travelers!
Wait, did they say there's supposed to be 9 teasers? I want to see 8.
Pardon?
They said there were supposed to be 9 teasers. They show only 8 of examples.
各位旅行者们好呀，欢迎来到《原神月之一》版本《空月之歌：城市前瞻》特别节目的现场，我是你们的老朋友鸡哥。
旅行者们大家好，我是小罗浩，很高兴能再次见到大家。哎，鸡哥，说起来这一次我们采用了《空月之歌：城市》。
No, I need to get rid of this so it's not covering up the...
从版本名上看，就和过去的版本有些不一样呢。
那没错，作为《原神》5年来啊第一个以新名字命名的版本，对于各位旅行者以及对于项目组的各位来讲，都具有非常重要的意义。那我跟小罗浩呢，也想先跟旅行者们分享一下我们作为《原神》项目组的感想。《原神》作为一款长线运营的开放世界游戏，一直以来啊，我们的想法都是努力的去实现一个自我的进化，为各位旅行者提供更好的开放世界内容。比如过去的这1年啊，我们就在很多的内容上做出了一些新的探索和尝试。那这些探索和尝试呢，也是一定会持续进行的。比如如何能让接下来的故事不辜负各位旅行者的陪伴和期待，以及到底是什么样的内容能够超越玩家预期呢？
在之前诺德卡莱的幕后故事中，我们就和各位玩家分享了一些我们的思考。当时我们提到了2个点，总结下来就是原神团队创造内容的方式需要不断的进化，以及讲好一个故事， 我们是不用纠结手法的。
前段时间啊，我们也发布了一系列的前瞻内容，那大家对这些预告呢，也表现出了很高的期待值。整个《空月之歌》的大版本啊，是我们向角色、剧情和大世界等多维内容进行高度融合的一次尝试。那在接下来的节目当中，我们也会一步步的向旅行者们揭示这些全新的内容形态。
那么这些新的尝试和内容具体是哪些？我们将马上为大家揭晓。
是的，千万不要走开哦。
This is where our spaceship landed when Lumine and I first arrived in Tavad.
Oh
All I
shit.
remember is Lumine waking me up and us leaving the ship.
The wild hunt came. It passed through all the graves.
Everlasting night.
Look upon my flame. Return to your graves and forever rest in peace.
This music's going hard.
Be silent.
I can't believe they made his theme song for this.
To dust. The long sleep beckons.
You hear the violin?
Viewing the world through human eyes is like looking into a kaleidoscope. It is so complex and yet so beautiful.
Ad Astra Abasask. Welcome to Not Cry, Dominion of the Fatui.
You're not Catherine.
Here we go. And if you
No, not at all.
nothing else, don't forget to make the
And Dory's here.
Your first port of call.
Why am I not surprised?
Interesting.
Sincere apologies. I am unable to come down and greet you at the present moment. I will have to converse from up here.
Do either of you
What
need
the-
my help with anything? Anything at all? After all, I'm the head of this household. Chew on this. Flash attack!
Kuvaki. It is a unique elemental force found only in Notcry, or rather, a pure, primordial form of elemental energy.
They say that each of their moon chanters has had access to an ancient relic that lets them see the true past.
I am still trying to piece together the many fragments of our past. It is a story not only of the Frost Moon Scions, but also of the moons themselves. We Frost Moon Scions are the last descendants of the ancient golden realm of Hyperborea. Follow me and bask in the soft light of the moon. Forest, protect us. For the everlasting forest. It is also said that when the moons shattered, most of their fragments rained down upon this land like stardust. Yet, successive generations of Frost Moon Scions have always passed down a prophecy that one day the moon goddess would return.
I should be going for Llama.
Did indeed come to pass. though
And this is Columbina. I'm definitely going for her.
Still wish to
Oh,
return to the
boy.
moon that belongs to me.
She had a nice voice, too.
The Fatui built their research facility on top of the remnant over on Paha Isle, but they've had their sights set on the one here, too.
The sacred relic of the Frost Moon Scions. It's been stolen.
Today's encounter is merely a courtesy call, a friendly warning, if you will. I strongly advise you not to stand in the Fatui's way.
The Frost Moon Scions will never hand over anything to the Fatui. With your blood, we shall draw an inviolable line in the snow.
No irregularities detected in the duct. You're wrong. Just because Not Cry lacks a ruler at present, that does not mean it should not be ruled. We Fatui are simply establishing a new order.
Kuvaki ammunition fully loaded. Assessing risk level maximum.
The Curatorium of Secrets has always striven to abide by a policy of strict neutrality. We do not take sides with any faction in Not Cry.
Oh, Moon Goddess, please save us!
I suspect your spaceship has been intentionally hidden away.
Are you wondering if your sister might be in cahoots with the Fatui?
I'm not asking you to trust me. Just don't try and stop me. Take care. The moon can be treacherous.
Una I0910.
God damn. That's a good trailer.
Oh yes. Gotta put that in Discord too.
I never expected we're gonna see our sibling there, so that's gonna be interesting.
Well, they showed us with like Aether with Paimon, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying that in the end of the trailer, they showed the sibling.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Don't stop me when I'm doing." I'm like, "Stop what? What they are playing now?"
There we go. First code's in Discord. After this program ends, I'll go ahead and enter codes in.
那看完这个版本 PV 啊，我感觉各位旅行者已经有一肚子的问题想要问我们了。首先啊，大家能感觉到这个 PV 里啊，那个月亮的含量非常高。那这也是之前我们在节目里提到的罗德凯莱的一个很核心的意象。
月亮向来给人一种神秘缥缈的印象，而提瓦特的月亮呢，更是蕴藏着久远的故事。罗德凯莱这片土地笼罩在月亮的光芒之下，对于外界来说，确实会有种朦胧的距离感吧。
是啊。
在探寻月亮秘密的旅途开端呢，旅行者们将从纳塔启程，由海路前往罗德凯莱，到达这里的第一个目的地纳夏镇。
那与往年一样啊，我们在这里也设置了魔神任务的快速开启功能，帮助大家能够快速抵达罗德凯莱。
从我们之前发布的信息之中呢，旅行者们或多或少也了解到了一些关于罗德凯莱的情报。不同于我们以往抵达的各个国家，作为至东边疆的自治区域，罗德凯莱曾是一片繁荣的乐园。但是由于深渊灾害的爆发呀，它逐渐沦为了一片废土。随着前来罗德凯莱冒险的人越来越多，一些商人在废墟上建立起了如今的纳夏镇。
那看起来如今的纳夏镇啊，好像确实已经重新焕发活力了。
在旅行者们抵达罗德凯莱后不久，还会偶遇一只非常特别的小生物，它像导游一样呢，指引着我们前往纳夏镇。
这个小生物感觉功能上跟我们之前见过的仙灵比较像，
倒也不错。它们是罗德凯莱的特殊物种月灵，借助月灵的力量呢，旅行者们不仅能够完成某些特殊的挑战，还能提升平常探索和跑图的效率。可以说这个小家伙也是大家的好帮手了。在这里呢，还要向大家引入一个基本概念。和燃素还有原始胎海的概念类似，在罗德凯莱地区存在一种力量形式，它被称为月举力，本质上呢是一种最古老的原始元素能量。
那正如一束光可以被分成7种颜色，那月举力它也可以被解析为不同的元素力。
没错，它的本质上就是光界力。月举力就像那束光在被分散之前的原始状态。
月举力它作为一种强大的自然能量，在罗德凯莱呢，居民们也会把它用在生产生活的方方面面。
没错，
我们刚才提到了纳夏镇啊，在纳夏镇里就随处可见各种月举力的装置，甚至还有一些开在这里的店铺，连招牌和店内的设施都使用了月举力比如这里的罗素姆工坊，在罗素姆工坊中呢，旅行者们还可以兑换到5把罗德凯莱风格的锻造武器图纸。
You crafted weapons.
各地汇聚而来的人们利用这种来自月亮的能源，给罗德凯莱注入了充沛的活力。也产生了独属于这里的特别的风情。刚才大家有没有注意到呀？纳夏镇里有一个熟悉的店铺标志，里面的装潢还是须弥风格。我们的老实人多利桑格马哈巴伊老爷也来到了罗德凯莱。
啊，不愧是我们的多利啊，真是一点点商机也不放过，甚至连店都已经开好了。
旅行者们呢，或许可以从他那儿打听到一些重要的情报。至于要付出多少摩拉，这个可能就不太好说了。
那刚才我们讲到月举力啊，其实除了纳夏镇，在诺德卡莱的其他区域，月举力的影响也是无处不在的。这种原始的力量呢，它直观地影响了诺德卡莱的气候、土壤、山石啊等等等等。那在诺德卡莱的不同区域，它也有着不同的表现形式。
而生活在这里的生物，自然也都因为月举力的影响，发生了不小的变化。比如这里的植物和小动物都有着很独特的生态还有习性。
不仅如此啊，还有一些盘踞在这里的怪物，它们能够驱使月举力作为自己的攻击手段。
当然了，我们的旅行者来到诺德卡莱之后呢，也能掌握和使用月举力的方法，在大世界中完成解密还有挑战。既然月举力是元素力的原初形态啊，那这个是否也可以有那种使用类似于神之眼的外置魔力器官来引导月举力呢？
那这里我们就要说一个在之前版本里的秘密了，对吧？在 5.8 版本当中啊，大家本来会发现伊涅弗它原本应该显示为神之眼的字体，那文字被隐藏了。其实啊，它使用的是诺德卡莱的部分角色会拥有的一个神秘装置，叫做
Are these artificial
月
visions?
之轮的力量啊，来源于3月，它的持有者呢也获得了驱使月举力的能力。
They're not conventional visions, that's for sure.
神之眼有差异，导致他们在具备元素力的同时啊，元素反应的规则也发生了相应的异化。那这部分被异化的反应呢，我们就叫它月曜反应。月曜反应就是我们在玩法体系层面在反应上做的新的尝试。在未来的版本当中啊，包括刚才提到的月感电在内，我们将对多个不同的传统反应体系进行革新。那对于大家已经接触过的月感电呢，在这个版本也将有一位全新的角色，会加入到我们的体系当中。那我们也会在后面给大家介绍。
没错
Yeah, Flins.
除此之外啊，月之1版本还会加入一个全新的反应规则——月绽放反应。小罗浩，从设计师的角度来讲啊，我觉得再造2个简单粗暴的直接提供伤害输出的反应，我觉得显然是不会让玩家产生尝试的意愿的。
有道理。
对，所以每个新的体系，我们都尝试从队伍层面先定义它的概念。
这个
Let's see what it looks like.
来说说。
OK， 那比如说月感电啊，它的本质呢，其实是一个通过自洽的规则，将各个角色在元素层面的一些直接贡献，转化为一个统一的、表达更明显的形态。
原来如此，所以月感电反应造成的伤害是和所有参与反应的角色相关的。
没错。那对于月绽放反应呢，它更像是将队伍中的角色进行了一次重新分工，比如哪些角色是负责积累资源的，那哪些又是负责转化资源的。所以月绽放体系呢，在原本的绽放体系当中新增了一条规则，也就是当队伍产生原绽放反应的时候，将积累一种名为草鹿的公共资源。而具备月绽放反应能力的角色，他们一方面是允许队伍积累草鹿，一方面呢又能对草鹿进行不同形式的利用。所以这个规则呀，在很多其他游戏作品里，其实大家也有见过类似的形式。那相信大家也会很快理解并且上手。
那么在新的玩法体系以外，就剧情和世界观的层面而言，像古月遗骸、月举力等等这些与月亮密切相关的要素，也将多方势力牵引到了诺德卡莱这一舞台上。因此呢，在我们这趟旅途当中，我们不只会结识来自诺德卡莱当地的新朋友，还会再度重逢很多早已熟悉的老朋友。那接下来啊，我和鸡哥就要向大家介绍几位来自不同势力的角色了。
那我们就先从近的开始，我们从双叶之子势力的踊跃士拉乌马开始说起。双叶之子呀，他们是传说当中黄金国亥珀波瑞亚的遗印，他们远离文明，选择在山林之间的生活。他们聚集在如今称为西西岛的地方，以月神库塔尔作为信仰，虔诚地崇拜着月亮。
而踊跃士则是听取教众烦恼，为他人解忧的神使。拉乌马不仅被教众们视为月神神谕的传达者，同时也是深受族人信赖的领导者。他在双月之子中呀，有着崇高的地位。另外呀，由于拉乌马的独特体质，他和动物们的相处相当融洽，甚至能够听懂不同种类动物的语言，还能短暂的变身成半人半鹿的特殊形态，进行快速的移动。
这里就要提到我们之前说到的新的内容呈现形式。比如啊，他在他的营地当中行走的时候，那双月之子的成员呢就会对他行礼来表达尊敬。而对于在
That's interesting.
各种小动物，由于拉乌马自己的特殊体质啊，他对这些小动物呢有比较特殊的亲和力。对，
哦，哇哦！
这个野外的菱角鹿，它就会帮忙为队伍中的角色提供治疗。对，那还有的小动物呢，会给拉乌玛分享它们储藏的食物，甚至还会帮助我们去采集矿石。我们认为啊，就是一个开放世界，它的真实感，是呈现在角色的身份、能力以及他所处的环境之间的交互能力上。
That's actually a really nice touch.
大段定式的
Add some depth.
我们认为这种融入在日常游玩行为当中的设计啊，是减少了打断感跟刻意感。
Your llama could tell the animals to help out the farm.
阅读物或者对话表现来传达的内容，
Just giving off WoW Druid vibes. For sure. Although she'd be more like the Moonkin.
探索和交互的玩家呀，在接触到这些细节的时候，能感受到一些额外的惊喜。
没错，那拉乌玛呀，它对于乐曲力的亲和，不只是体现在生态交互能力上，还体现在自己的玩法设计当中。那就像刚才我们提到的一样，拉乌玛呢，它是乐绽放反应的核心角色之一。根据草元素乐之轮的力量，拉乌玛可以将全队触发的绽放反应转化为触发乐绽放反应。而拉乌玛还可以通过消耗草鹿来增强队伍当中各种绽放反应的伤害。值得一提的是啊，像拉乌玛这种拥有乐之轮能够支持乐绽放反应的角色啊，他们各自都还拥有一些特殊的伤害手段。那这些伤害呢，也会被视作乐绽放反应伤害。所以拉乌玛呀，它不仅是绽放体系当中的一个强力的辅助角色，它自称也可以打出乐绽放反应伤害。
又能辅又能打。
没错。那拉乌玛的元素战绩啊，可以降低敌人的草元素以及水元素抗性，而它的元素爆发呢，则会提升整个队伍绽放相关反应的伤害。此外，由于乐绽放产生的特殊资源草鹿的存在，拉乌玛可以长按元素战绩，额外消耗草鹿来积累一种名为乐勇的效果。乐勇会为拉乌玛元素爆发的效果带来额外的增伤次数，同时呢，也会直接造成乐绽放反应伤害。
那七哥，除了乐绽放，那之前我们旅行者们就接触过的乐感殿，是不是也要迎来新成员了？
有的兄弟，有的。那除了双叶之子以外啊，在诺德卡莱我们也会接触到其他的势力啊，比如大家非常感兴趣的一个势力叫做直登人。在魔神任务当中呢，我们就会结识直登人当中一位用词文雅、有贵族气质的神秘成员。
I'm skipping him, but there's so many people I know that's going after him.
我们在 5.5 版本中的圣遗物故事和之前的新版本预告中。
Isn't Mario going after him too?
Oh, you wanna know something? There's no English. Who's the voice artist? I guess it's one person.
那直登人这个词啊，顾名思义，离不开手里的一盏提灯。不过这盏灯的意义啊，不仅仅是为了照明，还是他们对抗狂烈的武器。而这一点啊，在大世界生态上也会有所表现。当直登人的提灯靠近危险的时候，它会转变为警示危险的色彩。
而作为经验老道的直登人，菲林斯甚至可以听懂狂烈发出的那些常人难以理解的低语。
So that's.
那在战斗层面当中啊，菲林斯也使用了乐之轮的力量，因此他和伊涅弗一样，也具备将队伍中的角色触发的感电反应转化为乐感电反应的能力。菲林斯通过自身的元素战绩，可以唤出灯中的力量，将自己的普通攻击和重击转化为无法被覆盖的雷元素伤害。而他的元素爆发呢，既可以在元素战绩期间作为派生技能打出，也可以单独释放，并且元素爆发造成的部分伤害啊，将会视作乐感电反应伤害。
目前，菲林斯在中叶长营独自居住，他守望着同伴们的坟冢，也监视着狂烈的动向。旅行者在这里探索的时候，说不定会有一些奇特的遭遇。
那刚才啊，我们为各位旅行者介绍了2个相对神秘且古老的势力。那接下来出场的这个势力啊，听名字就很轻松活泼啊，甚至有点稚气。之前我们公布诺德卡莱的各个势力的时候啊，也观察到很多旅行者觉得这个取名风格跟其他的势力有点不太一样啊。对。
你说的一定是叮铃哐啷蛋卷工坊。
对，想必啊能给工坊取这样的名字啊，这个工坊的主人也应该同样有趣。说到工坊的主人，旅行者们应该已经知道说的是谁了啊，他就是。
I'm glad I got that event claymore, because that's gonna be her best weapon. Completely trivialize her energy regen.
打过交道，也了解了一些有关艾诺的消息。别看艾诺平时一副天真活泼，嚷嚷着要吃蛋卷的样子，其实呀，他是一位天才机械发明家。除了用各处搜集来的零件 组装出了伊涅芙这位机械少女。她还为纳夏镇专门设计了一门大炮，用来对抗狂猎
啊。大炮呀，那看起来艾诺对机械有很深的造诣啊，他也能利用自身携带的机关进行战斗。艾诺可以通过释放元素战技，操纵身后的机关扳手，让自己快速移动，并且对敌人。
And just like Scarface, she has a mechanical tail.
机关叫做冷静一下压，间歇性的去攻击敌人，造成水元素伤害。那他和伊涅芙呢，也会成为拉乌玛和菲林斯的好帮手。对了，艾诺也是我们第一位拥有水元素神之眼的双手剑角色。
那这样我熬幽静微战拿到的水元素双手剑外观，可终于可以派上
So she's gonna be the first Hydro Claymore character in game.
机械发明的艾诺在日常战务上可能就没有那么有天赋了。好在有伊涅芙这位家人的照顾
And that's why she made herself a robot maid.
很有可能把日子过得一团糟。在工坊附近我们能看到艾诺收集的金属外壳和材料散落了一地，还有一个多功能武装家用机器人重拳出击鸭。
对，那这个名字一听就又是艾诺的风格。旅行者们可以和重拳出击鸭对话，并且进行切磋，获得角色的培养素材。那这里作为新版本的生态呈现和强大的敌人之间也不一定只有战斗这一个选项。那如果是艾诺或者是伊涅芙在场呢，他还能触发额外的对话选项。
几个，我看其中一个对话选项是开启攻防秘藏。
没错。那不知道旅行者们有没有发现就自己队伍里的伊涅芙在好感度达到6级的时候，可以领取到一个奇异的螺栓。而在新版本的探索当中呢，也会有其他的方式获取到更多的螺栓。消耗一定数量的螺栓，就可以在工坊秘藏处兑换专属于艾诺和伊涅芙的独特道具。
那拥有道具之后呢，艾诺和伊涅芙的一部分外观还会发生变化。
我们刚才介绍的3位新朋友都会在《空月之歌》城市的魔神任务第1幕《雪浪与之舞》中登场。而在任务开始后不久，我们就可以和艾诺相遇，随后呢就可以直接邀请他。
Yep, we're getting her for free.
那太好了。
Yep.
那随着故事的展开
That's what I kind of was expecting.
更加深入的了解。顺便一提，在诺德卡莱的一些地方，让这些来自诺德卡莱的角色和当地的居民互动，居民们也会根据角色的不同呢，做出不同的反应甚至有可能从他们身上收获一些小小的馈赠。
这些不同势力的角色的确都很有魅力大家也一定很期待，在新版本的魔神任务剧情当中，他们会有什么样的交集？不如请小罗浩为旅行者们简单介绍一下有关这次版本魔神任务的情报吧。
好呀。首先想和各位旅行者们聊一聊的是，在这次新版本在剧情安排上会有一些变化。我们也从过去的剧情中积累了一些经验，我们意识到有时或许需要打破陈规，根据最好的体验预期重新编排剧情。刚才为大家介绍过的角色，像拉乌玛、菲林斯还有艾诺，他们的背景故事和魔神任务的展开密切相关，因此在本次我们将传说任务和魔神任务两者紧密整合在了一起。这不会是一个新的陈规，而是在空月之歌城市这个版本最适合为大家讲故事的方式。比如说，在空月之歌城市的魔神任务剧情中，旅行者们将会与身为双月之子永月使的拉乌玛一同深入到对抗愚人众的冲突里。旅行者会逐渐了解到拉乌玛的过去，并对双月之子想要守护的月神产生更加深刻的认知。而在直登人菲林斯，在和他相处的过程当中，我们还会直面狂猎的威胁，在旅途中感受到直登人誓死守卫诺德卡莱的那份坚持。而空月之歌 PV 中出场的其他角色，包括愚人众的执行官木偶、月之少女哥伦比亚，以及密文馆的老板奈福尔和他的合作伙伴雅科达等等，也同样将在空月之歌城市版本中和各位旅行者见面。当然我们熟悉的老朋友西风骑士团大团长法尔加，他似乎也在纳夏镇为旅行者们留下了一些线索。
你刚才说到了少女哥伦比亚，那她作为从东野鱼系就露过面的角色，在新版本她的称呼也从愚人众的执行官变成了月之少女。那小罗浩今天是不是可以跟旅行者们再多透露一下其中的一些缘由？
当然可以那我们就要从久远的过去，夜空中曾挂着3轮明月的时候说起。
对，我觉得也没有必要那么久，对不对？
那碍于篇幅限制那我们今天还是简要一些。从之前已经释出的信息中，旅行者们或许已经推测出少女和月亮之间有着紧密的联系。 当新版本大家前往纳夏镇、西西岛这些地方的时候，还能见到罗德卡莱特有的星月神像，上面雕刻着的呢就是曾经的少女。罗德卡莱其实是少女的故乡，是她诞生的地方。
你刚才说到曾经的少女，那也就是说呢，少女被当作神明来崇拜，已经是她加入愚人众之前的事情了。
没错，目前呀，少女出于某些原因离开了愚人众，暂时长
She left the Fatui.
那既然罗德卡莱的不
She
同势力
this was her homeland.
月亮聚集于此，那么少女呢也必然会跟各个势力之间都产生一些关系。那关于新版本的魔神任务的更多内容呢，就请旅行者们亲自前往游戏内探索了。对了，虽然在这个版本传说任务跟魔神任务进行了整合，那我相信大家肯定很关心那我们该有的奖励会不会被落下，对吧？那我在这里我在这里告诉大家就是对应的角色培养材料和原始奖励将会跟随魔神任务完成的500原始奖励一同送出，所以旅行者们在完成任务之后不要忘记领取哦。
那么在剧情方面，除了上述的变化之外呢，我们还会推出一个全新的内容模块，叫做剧所，为旅行者们展现角色在提瓦特生活的种种剪影和片段。正如之前的幕后节目中和大家说过的那样，原本一些祖宗之法不可变的传说任务、邀约任务的内容，我们会尝试用更加润物细无声的方式，自然融入到这个世界的探索和交互当中，让原本的内容跳出传统的任务模块，用一种新的方式呈现给各位旅行者。
既然是剧所那顾名思义，也就是旅行者跟小伙伴们相聚的场所了。
是的，在剧所里，旅行者们不仅能够随时和伙伴们聊聊天，也能够
That why they left Nefa around those points in Natland?
他们所经历的生活，在完成这些事件的过程中，逐步了解到他们所属势力的更多信息。在月之一版本，旅行者们可以和菲林斯、拉乌玛、艾诺3位角色共同建设各处的剧所，比如前往叮铃哐啷蛋卷工房，观察伊涅弗和艾诺的温馨日常，到双月之子的双月之房坐一坐，和拉乌玛一起阅读流传在双月之子里的各类传说与故事，或者去前往菲林斯所在的住所，听他讲述值得人的悠久传说。
旅行者们在剧所内消耗冒险中获得的月之印，还能够提升剧所的共建等级，升级剧所也能获取不少奖励。
这里需要特别说明的是，在诺德卡莱，少女也拥有一片独特的区域，那是新生之月驻刺的圣所，被称为银月之庭。
那在这个银月之庭当中其实少女会向你提出一些小小的请求，或许是哼歌，或许是谈心，对吧？或许是和你一同在月光下漫步。那当你在回应这些请求后呢，少女还将答谢你的好意，为旅行者在诺德卡莱的冒险提供强大的帮助。
鸡哥聊完了新角色和新剧情，我们是不是可以揭晓旅行者们很关心的这次新版本活动起源的安排了？
起源呀，那这么多的新内容肯定是要和新伙伴一同冒险的。在月之一版本的上半期，拉乌玛和纳西达将会迎来概率 up。
Llama Nihida Phase 1.
不仅如此，新的极路祈愿也将在上半期开启。
Sumu Chronicle Wish.
纳西达的旅行者应该能猜到这次的极路祈愿
So plays in the second one.
角色出场。
Yep.
那各位关注草元素策略体系的旅行者们，不要错过。5星法器仿叶天境也将在上半期武器活动起源当中出现。而在下半期，菲林斯和叶兰将会加入活动起源。
They didn't say we're.
角色艾诺的获取概率。
Oh, Aino's on second half. That's stupid.
全新5星长柄武器血染。
She's in the second phase. Wow.
Yeah.
除了全新武器
That means I'm not getting cons on her.
还会增加2套全新的圣衣。
Same.
穷尽视线之夜和访月的夜歌。
Well.
旅行者们可以通过挑战全新的助生秘境来。
Make sure you prepare the rerun.
介绍了这么多内容我觉得
Makes sense that they're rerunning Yolanda though, because they just gave her a new skin.
Artifacts.
看一条有趣的短片，直观的了解一下。
You saw the artifacts, right?
自然环境。
Yep.
I can tell those two are for Flynn's and for Llama.
There's a support set and a carry set.
补充一下，也包括大家非常关注的愚人众相关情报大家请千万不要走开。
Oh? More about the Fatui? Ooh.
Nodcry. The power of Kuvaki is not to be underestimated. It sets machines in motion. And fortifies the creatures of this land. Kuvaki affects everything, even the weather. It is the power to attract and repel. Of course, that's just the beginning of the story. Itching for more info? Stop by the Curatorium of Secrets, and we can exchange stories.
Ah, there's the next one.
Can we talk now?
I think so.
Wow, okay. That was a lot of information, wasn't it?
Yeah, so much cool stuff.
The dev team didn't hold back, that's for sure.
Totally. From the characters to the story, there's just so much to take in.
Okay, what are you looking forward to the most so far?
Well, meeting the damn slut for sure. She's just so
There's the next
cute.
code.
Oh, so not because of her identity, the plot, her role in it, or stuff like that, just the cuteness factor?
The most important factor, you mean?
Right. How could I forget? Well, the lunar reactions also seem super cool. Anefa and Flint's can both convert electro-charged reactions into lunar-charged reactions, and Lauma can convert bloom reactions into lunar bloom.
That's right. And since Aino is Hydro, she can help trigger both.
Oh yeah, the team comp is really coming together.
Definitely. Oh, wow, that was fast. Looks like it's time to hand things back over to the devs.
旅行者们，大家好，我是《原神》的任务设计程少，初次见面，请多关照。
旅行者们好，我是《原神》的关卡设计魔王。接下来的时间呢，就将由我们两位继续为大家带来更多关于诺德卡莱的情报。哎，程少，你看了刚才的短片没？里面其实介绍了很多关于诺德卡莱的有趣的生态环境的。
的确，旅行的重要一环就是了解新区域的风土人情嘛。
说到风土人情，我们也希望诺德卡莱能带给旅行者超越以往的、更新鲜、更有沉浸感的体验。不知道你还记不记得刚才鸡哥他们提到的一些势力，像是双月之子啊、直登人这些？
哎，记得，感觉啊，他们跟旅行者比较友好，甚至我觉得啊，应该能跟旅行者成为朋友吧。
完成一些跟他们相关的任务，也可以获得丰富的奖励。比如说呢，在双月之子所在的西西岛，完成特别的世界任务，不仅可以了解到这片土地上尘封的秘密，还可以获取一把双月之子风格的单手剑。
但是啊，魔王，我听说了
So we get to earn a sword.
一个势力错综复杂的地方，肯定有势力对我们不那么友好吧？
刚刚也提到了，诺德卡莱并非一片我们以往所熟知的富有秩序的区域，那自然呢也存在着一些暗流涌动的地方。就拿大家非常熟悉的神像来说吧，在这里呢，因为对古月遗骸力量的争夺，不同区域的侵略神像外观也都各不相同，有的神像呢已经完全被金属装置所包裹了起来，而各种原因就不得不提到诺德卡莱另一个非常重要的势力，也就是鱼人众。
鱼人众，哎，果然来了吗？让我们一起看看这个旅行者的老对手在诺德卡莱又整出了什么新花样吧。
在刚才的内容中呢，大家已经看到，执行官木偶现在正活跃在诺德卡莱，而在他的带领下，鱼人众迅速地在坠落的古月遗骸上建立起了一座巨型的要塞，就是我们身后的这座月举力试验设计局。
听名字呢，大概就能理解了。月举力啊，是提瓦特大陆最古老的力量，而一直想要攫取众神权柄的鱼人众，肯定不会放过这次机会。
遵照最高。
So is the Fatui workshop that was under fire at the earlier cinematic that they did.
他们在试验设计局 利用周边的资源生产了大量的以月举力为能源的战争兵器，在诺德卡莱呢也形成了一股强大的军事力量。
我感觉从蒙德的先遣队到枫丹的特务组织，这个鱼人众的科技水平一直在进步啊！
看起来是不是也变得更难对付了？
有可能。
不过这些兵器既然是用月举力开发的，我们是不是也有什么办法可以反过来利用这一点对抗鱼人众呢？
哎，有的，兄弟，有的。在诺德卡莱啊，旅行者使用月举力时，不仅可以利用它神秘的吸引或排斥的力量完成关键解谜，也可以利用这种力量夺取敌人的武器，甚至还能打断他们的技能。哎，话说回来，部署了这么多军事力量在诺德卡莱，相信大家都好奇，鱼人众到底要干什么？其实
如果旅行者们对这件事情感兴趣，可以在版本更新后自行前往一探究竟。不过可要小心了，试验设计局呢作为鱼人众的地盘，自然也是戒备森严，非常危险。
这可难不倒我们旅行者。虽然戒备森严但是实验设计局结构复杂，总有空子可以给我们钻。旅行者可以选择从正门闯入，直面鱼人众的阻拦，或者可以选择掩人耳目，利用建筑中的管道等结构偷偷潜入。而当我们深入试验设计局内部之后，还会发现许多安保机关，旅行者可以选择用月举力来解除它们。有趣的是，利用鱼人众的清扫单元，我们还能进入一些神秘空间。
清扫单元，没想到鱼人众也会用扫地机器人。
哎，已经能够想象操作它穿梭在管道中的样子了。另外和当地的结识的一些新伙伴合作呢，我们也能逐渐了解到鱼人众不为人知的秘密研究。
不过也要注意了，一旦触发了鱼人众的警报呢，很快就会有大批士兵赶来围剿入侵者，旅行者们可一定要小心了。
都说风险和机遇并存嘛，实验设计局里肯定也有很多我们想要获取的好东西吧？
说到好东西，我这里还有一份绝密的情报。相传呢，文明大陆的
I'm guessing this is why they're discontinuing PS4.
并且呢，他还在这里为后人留下
Because they're going to be greatly increasing the number of enemies we can fight at once.
正藏在试验设计局之中。
传说
must be.
And that takes a lot more resources to process
要素齐全了
on the game engine.
相信我们旅行者是势在必得了。
那可说不准。据我所知，其他不少势力也都对这份财宝觊觎已久。想要找到它呢，可能不仅要和这些势力相互竞争，说不定在特殊的情况下，还得临时跟他们合作一下。如果说刚才提到的这些势力之间呢，都是明争暗斗，那么接下来要聊到的狂猎，那就是诺德卡莱的所有生者所要共同面对的敌人了。狂猎本身是深渊在诺德卡莱呈现出的一种极度危险的形态，狂猎肆虐的地方呢，也几乎没有生命可以幸存。
从狂猎的外观来看应该有不少可怜人都被卷入了这种灾害。
我也看到一些狂猎甚至身穿着直登人的服饰，可想而知，过去有多少人因此而牺牲了。
但人们其实也不会坐以待毙，直到如今，诺德卡莱的人们依然在用月举力去对抗狂猎。纳夏镇顶部的那个大炮听说就是艾诺制造的，用来解决狂猎灾害的装置
那个造型，怪不得，果然是艾诺的手笔。
而专职对抗狂猎的直登人们也从来没有懈怠过，他们一直在利用吸引石的力量在诺德卡莱的前线奋战。甚至有过路的商人说，在野外的浓雾里，偶尔你能看到一个神秘的追逐猎杀狂猎的身影。
而在诺德卡莱的其他地方，也同样存在着一些需要我们谨慎应对的敌人。他们受到环境中的月举力的影响呢，有的可以自由驱使月举力，有的则在形态上发生了巨变。比如说，这只隐藏在山洞中、酷似蝴蝶的魔物呢，就是本次旅行者需要面对的强敌之一。击败它，角色培养素材也正是拉乌马的培养材料。
而菲林斯·艾诺的角色培养素材，则是通过刚才介绍艾诺时提到的巨大机关重拳出击压就能获得。当然，除了上面介绍的丰富内容，诺德卡莱也有精彩的活动等着各位旅行者前来体验。旅行者们不仅可以和艾诺、伊涅弗一起踏上一段和神秘机械有关的奇妙旅程，也可以完成打卡、挑战敌人等活动，获取原石、免费的4星武器在内的丰富奖。
And they nerfed that 4-star weapon.
也会在新版本迎来更新。旅行者可以前往挑战全新的强大敌人。另外，能够限时刷取双倍圣遗物的祝圣遗俑活动，也会在新版本期间开放。
It used to give over 400 EM, but they cut that in like half.
是一个全新的系列， 活动部分
And gave it energy recharge instead.
首先呢是豪斗旅记，从空月之歌的第1个版本，也就是月之1版本开始，旅行者们可以从凯瑟琳那里接取到新版本的地方传奇讨伐任务，还能从中获取特别头像框作为奖励。
第1款头像。
Oh, we're getting an avatar frame finally.
另外呢，在常驻玩法《幻想真境巨狮》中
，Well about time
来访，舞台中出现了名为越狱圣牌的特别道具。在新版本该活动更新后，旅行者就可以开启新挑战越狱
Lunar mode.
完成额外的战斗
That's new.
圣牌挑战，还能获取特别的越狱圣牌。
这么有设计感的越狱圣牌，感觉会有不少旅行者想全部拿下呢。
哎，越狱圣牌不仅可以留作收藏，还支持好友之间相互兑换。通过好友之间的互相分享，心仪的卡牌也能更快的到手。
那程少，到时候如果我没有的，可要找你交换了。
那得看你有没有我想要的牌了。当然，新的越狱圣牌也带来了更多的原石和道具奖励。
另外呢，混响游记也将迎来更新。
Nihida Nilan.
原神5周年
Nice.
大家熟悉的音游活动也更新了全新的周年专辑。
嗯
和各位在音游
that's
中
good
一起庆祝走过的第5年。
I knew they were
新的
gonna
也迎来了
come
更新
finally.
希诺宁、神里灵华、迪卢克的谱面也都将上架商店。
那自然啊，也少不了我们的老朋友七圣召唤。我们也准备了很多新的角色牌面和内容。
哦，这张新的卡牌的效果有点好看。
角色邀请、热斗模式、助境演练，这些丰富内容也等待着各位牌手前来体验。哎，魔王，你还记不记得之前项目组的同学跟旅行者们预告过，有一件关于游艺旅文的事儿，想要跟大家分享。
游艺旅文，让我想想，好像说是把它打磨完善以后会常驻在游戏内。
没错。那么新版本呢，它来了。版本更新后啊，旅行者就可以领到一个笔记本，其中记录了游艺旅文中角色和旅行者之间的点点滴滴。
Oh, finally they're putting it to
笔记本后就可以
Yeah, the anecdotes I was doing earlier was a test.
特别的场所。
哦，想起以
Now
前
it's permanent,
去女神
finally.
大社找巫女姐姐求御神签的日子了。
哈哈，现在可不只可以求签，还可以许下别的愿望。只要悄悄写下想要见到的伙伴的名字，说不定不久之后，你就能和他在大世界的某个角落相遇哦。
不仅常驻，还可以许愿想要见面的角色，确实特别的好。
哎，接下来是不是到了我期待的福利与优化环节？
没错，那么也请旅行者们稍事休息，稍后将会为大家带来游戏内外的更多分享内容。
Cartoon art.
各位旅行者，欢迎回来。这次呀，我也请到了大家的老朋友 Michael。 一起来介绍月之一版本的福利和优化。哎，咋了，Michael？你这个眼神，你这个动作是有什么心事啊？
你问我，这不该我问你吗，鸡哥？
啊
，5.0前瞻你都把我耍成表情包了。
那行，那你来说，这次咱们怎么介绍？
这段时间我收集了旅行者们从萌新到大佬的心路历程，以及他们反馈的一些痛点。待会啊，我就来考考你。
哎，那我还是很有自信的呀。不管是客服的反馈啊，还是平时刷到的视频，我都还是记在心里的。
哼，记在心里不等于立刻有办法。导演，咱们直接开始。
行，那咱们看看。
这回大家都知道的事，我就抢先回答了。
Anniversary stuff.
首先是每年周年庆
I knew it.
的福利。
Look at that
旅
pet.
行者们通过
Yep.
周年签到活动，可以获得10枚纠缠资源以及。
That's an interesting daybed thing.
另外，我们也会通过邮件。
So we are getting 20 wishes,
及各种奖励。
1600 primos, and 10 fates.
2个罗德卡莱风格的有趣小道具，其中的旋翼浮空气踏还可以支持旅行者和自己的好友共同乘坐。
没错，
手冲双倍也将在版本更新后重置。另外，大家期待的周年常驻5星自选活动也即将开启。
This is what we expected.
新面孔
I'm going for Mizuki.
瑞希也将加入可选范围。
没错，你说的这些都对。今年呀，我们确实准备了这些内容。
怎么样？那么接下来我就要正式开始发难喽。
哦，接下来才是正戏是吧？
是的，我们直接来看问题吧。
哇，你这是有备而来啊！
你看我总结出这么多痛点，这些啊都是玩家在萌新阶段比较关注的。
哇哦，
鸡哥，请问你又该如何应对呢？
哦，留在
User generate content.
哎，不过呀，我觉得还是要请 Michael 跟大家都放心，毕竟啊，比这些还多得多的反馈，我们也都已经注意到了。相对应的呢，我们也准备了一批优化，也请导播之后加上来。Michael， 看看你的设备上现在多了些什么？
好，让我看看。冒险阅历获取途径更多，那就是等级提升更快了。
对，
这个游戏内的教学感觉确实是很直观哦。这个且试身手门槛降低是什么意思？
哎，且试身手啊，是我们每次推出角色的时候都会有的一种教学关卡。那现在我们对它进行了一次优化，也就是当旅行者们已经拥有某位角色，并且在之前啊也通关了他的且试身手活动的时候呢，在新的且试身手活动上线的时候，就可以直接领取奖励了。
OK， 我懂了。那感觉第3条也很方便呢，不错不错。哎，鸡哥，那最后这条。多人游戏难度下调，这有什么说法吗？
哎，
哦，That's new。
解释一下啊，因为在原神当中啊，寻求多人游戏组队的旅行者，其实有很大一批，他并不一定能够单独挑战游戏中的强敌或者高级秘境，而我们默认设置的这个多人难度的调整规则呢，其实是以大家都有独立挑战的能力为前提的。那这就会导致他们在联机抱团取暖的时候啊，有时候会遭遇更艰难的战斗情境。因此，我们在新版本之后呢，下调了大世界以及部分材料产出秘境的联机难度。
哎，确实啊，过去呢，我带同事过本的时候，偶尔也会小翻车一下。
哦，原来你也有这种情况。
是的，但现在的话，带同事过本就更有效率了。哎，等等等等，我好像被你带跑了，这才说到哪啊？继续继续。那接下来我就要为和我一样的老玩家说说话了。
好呀，
其实我们玩了好几年原神，期间也遭遇各种大大小小的问题。相信这些问题啊，我不说，你心里都应该有数。那对于我们这些老玩家，你又准备了哪些惊喜呢？
哎，那对于老玩家而言啊，那我当然也
等一下，我还没说完，我觉得还得单独再提2个事儿。
还有单独要提的事？
是的，很重要。第一个就是每日刷体力。
哦，
虽然之前啊一直都有优化。比如5.8版本优化了一些，但是这么久了还只能用40点体力合成一次浓缩树脂，另外还要去抓金蝶，还得合成，真的很麻烦啊。
哦。
第2个圣遗物，每年我都在提这个，今年我还得提。比如我刷了好多圣遗物胚子，啊，看起来好像有用，但又不敢把它合成或扔掉，只能存着，生怕哪一天用上了没了。弄得我现在都爆仓了。
的确。那 Michael 说的这几个问题也很具体啊。 除了萌新玩家以外，我们也在为提瓦特的老玩家们准备一些优化内容。那在这些优化内容当中呢 ，Michael， 你刚才的问题都是能得到解决的。要不我们继续看看？
哎，等一下，鸡哥，我作为同事还得提前劝你一句啊！
啊，劝我啥？
没有优化好的东西，你不要硬说。你要是瞎说了，最后还不是我想办法去收拾？
哎，这个你不用怕，不用怕。既然今天我让你反客为主，那我一定是准备了足量的惊喜，能有多到淹没你收集的需求那么多的规模。
行，那我就跟旅行者们一起看看鸡哥准备了什么。第一个，我懂，也就是新版本，只要我探索到一定阶段，就能直接找齐这些宝箱跟神童，对吧？
对。
啊，这个不多说了，确实很方便。第二个，我看演示就应该有点像纳塔的部族秘藏，这个也很不错。毕竟启圣之城对我来说呢，肯定是比祝圣之窗更珍贵的。
那你再往下看看。
第3、第4个，哎，对，这是我需要的。要不鸡哥你给我们讲讲细节？
哎，这第3条和第4条啊，我要一个一个说。首先是大家都很关注的圣遗物的问题。以前呀，有很多旅行者就跟 Michael 所说的一样，拿到了非常多的3次条的圣遗物胚子。那你们总想看看，哎，我把它强化到+4之后能出什么好词条？但是从月之1版本开始呢，大家就不用这么麻烦了。所有的圣遗物从一开始
That's gonna be useful.
直接显示它还没有解锁的词条，这样就可以减少了很多操作的时间和资源的消耗。除此以外呢，我们也支持旅行者直接使用祝圣油膏和祝圣精华来填充祝圣之霜的萃取进度了，而高等级的圣遗物萃取的时候获得的进度也会比以往更多。至于第4条，也就是 Michael 你很关注的领取多倍。
Who has that many of those elixirs?
首先啊，在新版本更新后，我们在各种兑换奖励的场合，现在可以直接消耗40点数值领取双倍奖励了，并且啊，在此基础上。浓缩树脂的配方要求也从40点树脂变为了60点树脂合成，也就意味着它可以直接兑换3倍的奖励了。除此之外，还有一条，也就是浓缩树脂跟金蝶捕捉龙的配方也有了更便捷的获取途径。在此之前，你应该还记得它们是放在2个城市的声望系统里的。
对。
那最后还有一条是。我们可以直接在奖励结算界面使用原石快速购买树脂来领取3倍奖励了。
好啊，这样我以后就可以少很多麻烦，消耗树脂也变得更方便了。虽然这个优化很好，但我感觉你肯定还有大的没说。哎，鸡哥，你别不说话呀！
我没有不说话呀，我不是把你的问题都回答完了吗？
不对。这一集我看过，你肯定马上就要从椅子上拿出一摞卡片让我挑了。
这回真没有 ，Michael， 我实话跟你讲，真没有。确实啊，我今天准备的东西啊，比你们想象的要多。但是啊，今年我们不搞小卡片，我们换一个形式。那接下来呢，我就和旅行者们一起来看一看，在空月之歌版本，开发组的同学还给大家带来了哪些福利和优化吧。Michael。如果说刚才我们聊到的东西算是玩家预期当中的福利跟优化，那么接下来我要说的就是玩家嘴中的祖宗之法了。
祖宗之法也要变了吗？
没错，首先从月之1版本开始，在未来的5星角色卡池开放的第1周，所有的天赋突破材料和武器突破材料秘境将完全取消开放时间的限制。
好耶！这样的话，我抽完角色就可以立刻拉满了。
That's interesting.
任何时间你都可以刷取任何自己想要的材料了。还有另外一个好消息，旅行者们在领取周年自选5星角色的同时，我们还会同时奉上所选角色的直升60级材料。
哦。
Michael， 你还记不记得？之前我给大家承诺过，就是这个自选5星啊，是一个每年都有的奖励。
是的。
但是这里有个问题。那就是对于很多后续入坑的旅行者啊，如果没有赶上这次周年庆，就会完全错过这个奖励。
确实是哦。
对，所以这一次为了让新版本期间刚刚入坑的玩家也能够顺利获取这些角色，这个自选5星活动的开放时间呀，也会做相应的动态优化和调整。具体的详情呢，也请大家去关注后续的官方公告。
好耶！那可以说未来任何时间都是入坑。
Are they gonna address the 4-star problem?
不过鸡哥。 我觉得虽然这些都还不错，但像我这种全勤的玩家来说，感觉也还好。
确实啊，对于全勤玩家而言，你基本上都能拿到，对不对？好，那接下来的内容就没有这么简单了。那下面这一条福利啊，我们用老办法 ，Michael 让你用设备亲自现场体验一下。
好，我看看。啊，又是让我现场抽卡。
没错呀，
鸡哥，这次我看得很仔细了。这不就是普通的祈愿吗？
那你抽抽看嘛。
Wait, Barbara, Cookie, and and what's his face?
咖啡。
哎，我抽到了梦见月瑞希。哎，不过这个角色我已经抽满了，这不相当于5折抽卡吗？
哎，别着急啊 ，Michael， 你仔细看看最后抽卡结算的那个界面里，除了常规的内容
，What's that？
还有啥？
哎，等等。这个无主的命星是什么东西？我记得原本只有25星辉啊。
没错，那这就是接下来呢，我要为各位介绍的一个重磅内容——无主的命星。当玩家重复获取超过命制作需求上限的5星角色时，就会获得这个道具。
哎，鸡哥，这个道具有什么用啊？
哎，那这个道具的作用就是提升你队伍当中任意角色的等级上限。
Wait，
最高可以直接提升
level 100？
啊
？What？ You can make them up to
我任何喜欢的角色进行加强了。
没错，而且把角色升级到100级，意味着它有更强的基础属性，在触发元素反应的时候呢，也会有更强的基础效果。
哦，原来如此。但是不对哦。
哪里不对了？
我过去抽了不少的溢出角色，那我不是亏爆了吗？
哦，你的意思是
C8 Mona, C10 Jean？
对呀。
哎，放心，亏不了你。
Backwards compatible。
我们会一直追溯旅行者所有的抽取记录，并将对应数量的无主命星直接发送给各位旅行者。
So I'm gonna get 6 of them right off the bat。
资源到月之1版本再抽卡了。
等等，所有？
没错，
指的是从开服到现在的所有吗？
对。
太好了，那我岂不是能拿到不少的命星去升级？以后啊，我可以拿到这些命星去拉一帮100级的角色出去炫耀了。我溢出的部分也终于有用了。不过我想啊，90级到100。
As a Yamiko main, I will have to do Yamiko
以前
first。
的惯例，我岂不是要准备海量的经验书跟摩拉吗？
哎，这个呀，你也不用担心。虽然说这项操作只能对已经90级的角色使用，但是相对应的啊，角色的当前等级和最大等级是会同步提升的。也就是说，不需要准备额外的经验书和摩拉了。
不会吧？
哎，什么不会吧？真的。
哎，鸡哥，你别吓我啊！我觉得比起去年呢，今年的福利和优化力度好像是更猛了。比如像你刚刚说的这个无主的命星从开服开始追溯，这些决定真的没问题吗？
哎，这样说吧，我经常听到一个说法，我相信 Michael 和旅行者们也经常听到啊，叫做元神不想赚钱，对吧？但是倒也不至于这么不想啊。陪了我们走了这么久的旅行者，应该都能。
Genshin is an extremely greedy game, so no one's saying that they don't want to make money.
超出一个常规游戏的规模了。原神这个作品的价值和呈现，更多的其实是体现在 IP 和玩法上，也就是角色、故事和乐趣本身。所以，就有这样的一个想法，接下来我们还有一项福利。
还有福利？
没错，这个福利也是出于刚才上述的考量，为了见证玩家和角色故事的牵绊，由开发组的各位共同为旅行者们献上了一个新的玩法系统，叫做例行修远。在例行修远系统当中，旅行者在提瓦特的一举一动都会被铭记，而提瓦特的命运呢，也会因此与你产生共鸣。
Oh shit！
这将会允许你和你已经拥有的某位角色之间产生一次更强烈的牵绊，因此你可以免费获取一颗他的命星
啊
！Interesting。
在新版本当中呢，我们将会率先开放部分角色的命星获取，玩家最多可以在1年当中单独通过例行修远玩法，可以最多额外获取4个5星角色的命星。
We could pick anyone. Oh shit!
They did say select characters.
But this one's for the other one to get the constellation.
虽然鸡哥你嘴上说不是，但我觉得你这个不想赚钱的。
Claim 4 exclusive 5-star characters. 4?
那毕竟嘛，原神它也不是一个常规意义上的游戏作品嘛。那我们的很多决定呢
I guess that's a good way to deal with older characters that have fallen out.
比起去做一个收入数字很惊人的商品，那大家其实更想做一个能够给玩家时代。
But we could take 4 exclusive
Yeah.
5 stars. That's crazy.
Maybe I'll get Khaleesi too for the defense shred. Actually, probably not. I'll probably go for Nilou.
有些人他比较针砭我们物质的部分，那也会有些人去称赞我们理想的部分。但是对于开发组的大家而言，不管是物质的还是理想的，都是原神的一部分。
是的，没错。发行团队和研发团队一样。我们初衷都是希望能在原神中持续为各位旅行者提供更好的游玩体验。那么不久之后，我们也将迎来原神的5岁生日。在周年庆期间，我们也为各位旅行者准备了不少。
They still haven't addressed the 4 stars yet.
Celebration.
High five, Traveler.
High five, Traveler. Yeah. Wow, look at that photo of the anniversary. And Kambia's there. What the hell?
Yeah, next month, right?
Kambia's like, hey, I'm gonna break in the party.
5 years is a long time. But still, the devs have never stopped looking for ways to keep things fresh.
Definitely. But for a newbie like me, it all feels
All 3
pretty
codes are in
good.
Discord for copy and paste.
Oh, and speaking of, Genshin Impact's anniversary celebration is going to look a little different this year. It's not going to be a segment of the special program.
That's right. The Genshin Impact 5th anniversary celebration is getting its own video this time. So tune in on September 28th to check it out.
Congratulations, Genshin Impact, on an amazing 5 years.
On video?
Now, back to the devs.
Oh. So it's going to have its own video for the anniversary. Okay.
不知道今年的罗德卡莱音乐会现场又将有哪些特色的民族乐器呢？
是呀，那 Michael 你还记不记得去年纳塔交响乐的现场啊？那看得大家是热血沸腾啊！
是的，
而且我们的主题曲音乐，每次在大家做完魔神任务之后，回头再听啊，都能发现其中蕴含了非常多主线故事有关的讯息和细节。
没错，我已经脑补到1年后啊，又回来细细品味这个主题曲的情境了。
是的。为了旅行者们这次的观看体验呀，我们在交响乐现场开始前，请到了一位我们的老朋友，乐队指挥罗伯特先生，带着大家偷偷潜入录音幕后，一探究竟。
A hurdy-gurdy. You don't see instruments like that around all that much.
Hey everybody, long time no see. Today, I'm going to take you on a behind-the-scenes look at the music production for Genshin Impact's Nod Cry. Let's go take a look.
Here we go, click from 5.
So it's really exciting for the LSO to be back recording some of Genshin's music. I can hear in the headphones there's a lot of
She has a slight echo in her voice.
We have some different kinds of rhythms. I'm sort of imagining very, very different kind of landscape, and I think it's going to be very, very exciting for the viewer to, you know, play around with different things and just in a completely different sound world.
That's very similar to hurdy-gurdy right there.
Well, it's very clever writing,
but
these
different.
Soundtracks always are. So we've had a lot of kind of
exciting, energetic, rhythmic stuff, but we also had some really beautiful melodies. We've got some folk instruments just in our cans at the moment, so we haven't heard those live yet, and we've been playing along with them, and there's lots of quite...
That's the hurdy-gurdy right there.
...melodies, and that's always really fun to play.
27, that A, maybe now it is a little lower.
Well done.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, all right, I'll be there. Okay, bye-bye. Sorry, guys, but I have to go to Snezhnaya right away for some important business. So I'm going to hand over to my good friend and great conductor, Ben Foster.
The music playing now came from hurdy-gurdy. I can tell by that sound.
Thanks, Maestro. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Liz. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Run the track.
Yes, there are. Just 3 codes.
感谢我们的 Hoyamax 同学以及现场各位音乐家们的演出。罗德卡莱的音乐确实非常有史诗感啊，感觉跟着音乐一下子就被带到罗德卡莱这片土地当中了。
是的，那等到旅行者们体验完罗德卡莱的人文地貌和魔神任务，再回来看一看我们的音乐会现场，或许又有一些不一样的感受。
哎，鸡哥啊，记得5.3前瞻你跟大家有预告过啊，原神接下来会有一个全新的玩法模块
啊，对。
现在有什么情报可以给大家更新的吗？
啊，有的。那让我们跟随一段场外的短片来了解一下这个玩法的进展吧。
大家好，我是原神千星奇遇设计师、系统策划牛腩。
我是原神千星奇遇设计师、技术策划土豆。本期视频内，我们将向大家介绍即将与各位见面的新内容，聊一聊新玩法是什么，未来有哪些开发规划，以及更多与创作生态相关的话题。让我们立刻开始吧。
千星奇遇将是一个由旅行者主导的游戏世界，在这里，游戏创作者能发挥无限创意，自主开发出所有能想象到的玩法，游玩者也能够畅快地体验这些独特有趣、充满想象力的新鲜内容，并结识到更多志同道合的伙伴。模拟经营、派对游戏、对抗竞技、冒险闯关，大家能想象到的一切玩法都有机会在这里呈现。
我们为创作者打造了一个强大的玩法编辑器——千星沙箱。编辑器中开放了原神几乎全量的玩法功能与资产，供创作者自由调用。基于千星沙箱，我们提供了强大的图形化编辑功能，来灵活地支持各种玩法结构。创作者可根据设计需求灵活配置关卡类型和游戏模式，将构想中的核心玩法、系统机制、美术表现等要素按照逻辑一步步串联起来，制作独一无二的游戏内容。大家也不必担心上手成本，在创作过程中，我们将提供配套的服务支持，包含阶梯式开发教程的创作者学院，促进经验共享与协作的创作者论坛，以及专业的创作者技术顾问服务等，帮助大家充分学习与应用编辑器能力。作为一项长期的企划，整个玩法系统将持续进行开发迭代。在接下来几个版本中，开发组也将为大家带来以下重要内容的更新。
大家可能注意到了，在未来呢，我们还为创作者准备了全新的收益体系，玩法的制作品质和受玩家们欢迎的程度都将提升创作者的回报。我们对创作者的期望只有一条，那就是不断创作富有创意且正面积极的游戏玩法。
我们诚挚邀请有灵感、有创意的游戏开发者加入千星奇遇，将奇思妙想化为现实。这将是一次崭新和大胆的尝试，一个个源自创作者的灵感火花，或许将开启新的游戏纪元。
期待与大家一同前往探索充满无限可能的全新世界。
It seems a lot of these were quote-unquote inspired by many other games. You know, it's League of Legends, Fall Guys, one of those cooking management things.
好耶！我现在就要玩《原神千星奇遇》，快点登上来。
好的，那么关于《原神千星奇遇》的更多内容呢，我们也会将在未来为大家带来更详细的介绍。无论你是有奇思妙想的创作者，还是想和亲朋好友尽情玩耍的旅行者，都请期待我们的后续情报。
这一次真的一口气给大家分享了好多内容。不过我还是想问一下鸡哥，这应该也是很多旅行者也都非常好奇的。我知道我们原神的团队是一直在进化的，那其实每年鸡哥你也会跟旅行者们分享一些未来的一些想法或规划。那作为今年原神变化非常大的一年，不知道鸡哥有什么感受是要跟旅行者们聊聊的？
今年想聊的可能跟以往不太一样啊。那去年我是站在产品研发的角度去给大家提到了进化这个词，但是今年呢，我更想站在 IP 运营的角度跟大家简单来说一下团队坚持的一些想法。那原神是一个致力于创作长线内容的游戏，那我们希望呢把这个 IP 运营10年、20年甚至更久。但是这要求我们
Yeah, they want to milk this cash cow as much as they can.
创作热情。那这份热情除了来自我们团队同学自己的信念以外，也离不开一代一代的旅行者们长期的支持。其次，也要求我们在创作的时候时刻保持独创性。那么，对于我们的团队同学而言，独立自主的创作和完整闭环的设定，才是维持这个品牌前进的核心。就像我们米哈游的众多系列产品一样，我们大家都是保持着这种相互尊重的心态，独立发展，才能持续不断地拓宽精彩内容的疆域。那原神的团队也会一直秉持这样的理念，一直走下去。
的确，作为一款长线运营的游戏，我代表全体原神的发行团队，也希望能够在更长的时间尺度上陪伴各位旅行者。其实到了第5年回头看，我们团队和我们的玩家共同经受和承担了许多起伏和坎坷，但无论经历怎样的困难，我们一直都相信，克服困难唯有一条正确的道路，那就是坚持初心，创作优秀的内容。也要感谢每一位陪伴着我们的旅行者，你们的热情、鼓励和支持是我们持续创作的原动力。我们也会更加用心去深耕属于原神的美好世界。
那么最后，《原神：空月之歌：城市》将在2025年9月10日迎来版本更新。让我们在罗德卡莱这一片洒满月光的神秘土地上再会吧，
旅行者们，我们罗德卡莱见。
Welcome back.
We made it.
Well, that was interesting.
That does mark the end of the special program, but we know that was a lot of information. It feels kind of impossible to take it all in at once, and I doubt I'm alone in feeling a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, the special program team thought that might be the case. So, that brings us to our second job here today. In this segment, we'll go over the main takeaways from today's special
Hey,
program.
Tetsu, I'm gonna let you go, okay?
Travelers have a
All right,
quick,
take care,
concise
Mike.
overview of what to expect in version 101.
All right, I'm ready to summarize.
Okay, let's start with Notcry itself.
Right. So, like the devs mentioned, Notcry lies on the edge of Teyvat and is more susceptible to abyssal invasion because of it. In fact, the whole region was once a wasteland because of these clashes with the Abyss. But the merchants of Notcry chose to rebuild from the ruins, and that is how Nasha Town came to be, which should be the first place travelers end up after venturing into Notcry. And just like we talked about at the beginning of the program, the moon is a major aspect of the Song of the Welkin Moon as a whole. Under the influence of the moonlight, Notcry is filled with an ancient kind of elemental energy known as Kuvaki.
Yeah, and it looks like this power is indispensable to almost every facet of life in Notcry.
That's right, and some people can even wield Kuvaki for themselves.
These characters have moon wheels, which are different from Vision's because their power comes from Teyvat's 3 moons.
Pretty cool.
And, with the power of Kuvaki, certain Notcry characters can trigger unique lunar reactions.
Exactly. Enefa introduced Lunar Charged in version 5.8, and Lauma will introduce another new reaction, Lunar Bloom.
That's right. Lauma is the moon chanter of the Frost Moon Scions, which does make her a very important figure in the tribe. She's the one her people look to for leadership and guidance. As for her abilities, she can communicate with animals and transform into a deer. Plus, in combat, her Dendro Moon Wheel allows her to convert bloom reactions into lunar bloom reactions. Her elemental skill can decrease enemies' Dendro and Hydro resistance, Holding her skill consumes Verdant Dew, which is created when team members trigger Lunar Bloom reactions, and grants her stacks of Moonsong. Then, with her Elemental Burst, Lauma consumes her stacks of Moonsong to increase Bloom reaction damage.
Sounds like she's a great support for Lunar Bloom teams. Next, let's take a quick look at Flint's. In terms of first impressions, Flint's comes off as a polite, dignified Lightkeeper with an almost aristocratic air to him. Of course, as a member of the Lightkeepers, Flint's fights for the safety of Nodcry, using the ancient power of his lantern to fend off the wild hunt. In battle, Flint's elemental skill infuses his normal attacks with electro damage that cannot be overridden. Casting his skill again will trigger a special elemental burst that deals lunar charge damage to enemies. And without needing to satisfy any conditions, his normal elemental burst can directly deal lunar charge damage to opponents.
Which does make him a strong addition to Lunar Charge teams.
Let's go!
Alright, let's move on to the last character coming in the new version.
Aino, from the Clink Clank Krumkaki craft shop, right?
Yep, Aino is Anepa's creator and the owner of the workshop. She's also a genius inventor. The massive cannon in Nasha Town used to fend off the Wild Hunt is her creation.
Cool.
But even geniuses have things they're not so good at. And for Aino, well, that's housework. So Anepa takes care of that for her.
That's nice.
In battle, Aino's elemental skill allows her to use a gadget to launch forward, dealing AoE hydro damage to surrounding enemies. Then, with her elemental burst, Aino summons a water-spraying mechanism that periodically deals hydro damage to opponents.
Whoa,
Let's apply hydro every 2 seconds.
Important thing.
Alright. Near the beginning of the first act of the Archon quest, A Dance of Snowy Tides and Hoarfrost Groves, travelers will have the chance to meet Aino and invite her to their parties.
In other words, travelers can get her for free.
That's right! And speaking of, let's talk about how the dev team has revamped these quests, with the goal of adding richer character development into the core narrative.
Cool.
This means, in the upcoming Archon quests, travelers can look forward to more interactions with the 3 characters we just mentioned, and the ones we'll meet in the future, allowing us to get to know them on a much deeper level. Version Luna 1 is also bringing new content to the open world. Travelers will have the chance to help the new characters, Flint's, Lauma, and Aino, build meeting points in Nodcry. At these meeting points, you can chat with characters whenever you feel like it, and learn more about their lives by progressing certain events.
Yeah, it's kind of like Traveler's Tales, but a little more fleshed out. Now, the Damselette is another highly anticipated character. I'm sure many travelers have already picked up on her close connection to the moon. And travelers will get to meet her very soon. After venturing to Hisi Island in the upcoming Archon quest, travelers will encounter the Damselette at a special time and place. In this place, you can chat with her, accept commissions from her, and receive her gifts.
Definitely something to look forward to. Now, let's give a quick refresher on the upcoming event wishes. In the first half of version Luna 1, travelers can look forward to event wishes from Lauma and Nahida, as well as a Sumeru-centered chronicled wish banner.
And in the second half of the version, we'll have event wishes for Flint's and Yelan.
In addition, Aino will receive a drop rate boost on the second half banners, so don't miss out if you're interested. Alright, now let's talk anniversary rewards and system optimizations.
Starting with anniversary rewards. Travelers will receive 1,600 Primo Gems in their in-game mailbox.
20 wishes, a pet, a teapot item.
Pet. Aww. An in-game 2-person lounge, and a variety of enhancement materials. There will also be a login event where travelers can earn a total of 10 intertwined fates, along with other rewards like resin and mora by logging in for 7 days in a row.
And, of course, travelers will get to choose a standard 5-star character of their choice. And this year, Yume Mizuki will be available as one of the options. There's also the free Aino obtainable through the Archon quest. So, that's 2 new characters travelers can add to their roster for free.
And finally, initial top-up bonuses will be reset after the version update.
Now, let's check out the optimizations coming in the new version.
Let's do it.
First up are a few optimizations that should improve the adventuring experience. Adventure XP gained from exploration is being significantly increased. For example, collecting oculi will now grant adventure XP. More tips will be added to characters' trial run stages.
Yeah, and there are also a few optimizations geared towards veteran travelers. Starting in version Luna 1, travelers will be able to obtain harvestable materials from the Battle Pass, making it easier to build and level characters. The devs have also expanded the number of team lineups that can be saved, making it easier to have a team ready for any scenario.
That's nice.
There's also a big change coming to the artifact system. After obtaining a 3 substat artifact, travelers will be able to check the hidden 4th substat, which should make it a lot easier to decide if an artifact has raising potential. In addition, travelers will now be able to directly consume 40 original resin to claim rewards, and the recipe for crafting condensed resin will now cost 60 original resin. All in all, this should give travelers a break from constant crystal fly farming.
Wow.
Of course, these are just some of the optimizations.
Crystal fly farming's gotten a lot easier. There's that cave in, underwater cave in Fontaine that spawns like 6 of them every day.
First, when a new 5-star character or weapon receives a
All in one spot and they're easy to get.
the corresponding talent ascension material and weapon ascension material domains will be open every day for the next 7 days. Second, on top of the free standard 5-star, travelers will also receive materials to raise that character to level 60. And here's another major piece of news. In version Luna 1, once a 5-star character reaches their maximum constellation level, additional constellations obtained for them will be converted into Master List Stella Fortuna, which is an item that can be used to raise characters past the level cap to a maximum of level 100.
For example, if you have a standard 5-star at C6,
I'm getting 6 of those immediately.
Earn a Master List Stella Fortuna and use it to strengthen a different character.
Plus, travelers who have obtained excess constellations in the past will receive an equal amount of Masterless Stella Fortuna in their in-game mailbox during the new version, which will give certain travelers the chance to start leveling their characters right away.
Last but not least, travelers can look forward to a new long-term event in version Luna 1 to temper thyself and travel far. The objective is to reach weekly progress goals by completing daily commissions and spending resin at least 5 days a week across a 12-week period, or the duration of 2 versions. Travelers can earn various rewards for their efforts, including sanctifying elixirs. But most importantly, this event will give travelers the chance to earn a constellation for certain designated 5-star characters. For more detailed information and event guidelines, keep an eye out for future announcements. Of course, we've just scratched the surface of all the exciting content coming in version Luna 1. There's so much more to discover in-game, so be sure to check it out when the update goes live.
Well, that brings us to the end of our post-show summary. Anything you want to say before we go, Nick?
Yes, it has been such an honor voicing Flint's. I'm so grateful to be joining the Genshin Impact team, and I'm so excited for you all to get to adventure with him. I look forward to seeing an army of Lightkeepers out in Nodcry.
I'm really excited for you, Nick. And I also can't wait for Nepha to reunite with Aino. I mean, their dynamic is just so cute.
They've been apart too long.
I love it, and I'm excited for everybody to see that.
Yes, I agree.
And this was just a brief overview. We didn't even touch on Nodcry exploration or the Genshin Impact Miliastra mode coming in future versions. So all that to say is, this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning. But it's definitely the end of today's special program. We promise. Thanks for sticking with us, travelers.
Thanks, everyone, and happy adventuring in Nodcry.
See you there.
Oh, and don't forget about the Genshin Impact 5th Anniversary Celebration video dropping on September 28th. Okay, that was the last thing.
Definitely gonna be watching that.
Don't miss it. Bye!
Bye!
So, we're gonna have a rather packed. This is probably one of the best anniversaries so far. We're getting quite a bit, actually. Still didn't address the 4-star problem, but there's a lot of other positive things, at least. Now, the fact that we can instantly level a character to 60 that we pick from the free standard banner 5-star is actually really nice. That's good for newer players, so that way they can pick themselves a character and then get them to a usable level plus rather quickly. It looks like you don't get the Mora or Hero's Wits to do so, so you'll still have to farm those. And the fact that they said that they're going to be extending it so it lasts longer, but they said they'll give us more details on that later, so we don't know the full details on that yet. The fact that we're going to get more feathers and more elixirs for creating artifacts, that's a good one to have. And then I'm going to have quite the work ahead of me going through all the 3-stat artifacts to see what the 4 stats are, to see if there's any of them I can just unlock right away. And I got a lot of artifacts. Alright, so just going to bring up the game here. Not going to show my login, of course. Yeah, well, the 4-star problem is... Actually, I'll show you when I get to the banners. And I got some recent experience to show just how bad the 4-star situation can be.
Add Astra.
Okay, gotta do this real quick. Check what dailies we have. Actually, before I forget, I need to do this. That's the first one. That's the second one. And that's the third one. And all 3 of them work, so I know what I have in Discord is correct. So I can come into my mail here. Collect my 300 free primos from that of watching that live stream. Go ahead and do this. I'm just going to get my primos from the dailies thing here.
Let's ride.
Okay. Craft 3 of these right off the bat. Okay, turn in my stuff here.
Thank you for
There we go. Now I can go into here. Okay, so 808 primos, that's going to be 5 wishes. So I got from Star Glitter, 101 wishes here, with 5 wishes here. So that's 106 wishes, plus 210 here. So that puts me to 316 wishes. And the other thing to show is, even though I have that many wishes saved up, see how I have the first time top-up bonuses on all of these? This will be yet another year that I'm not going to benefit from these resetting, because these all should reset in a couple of weeks. But I still haven't used them. Now, for the 4-star problem, so you'll notice how with banners, so this is for people that are less familiar with how the gadget system works in Genshin. So they'll run 2 characters at a time for 5 stars. And then you're going to have 3 selected, or 3 featured 4-star characters. So in this case, Bennett, Oron, and Aoife. So when you get a 4-star off of the character banner, you have a 50-50 chance, so it'll be either one of these 3 or a standard banner 4-star, either character or weapon. That's 4-star. And if you do get an off-banner one, the next one's guaranteed to be an on-banner one. So you're likely to get one of these 3. Now, when you do get an on-banner one, it's random which one of these 3 that you get. There's no hard pity on getting any specific one of these. So let's say you really, really want Aoife cons, because he's the newest 4-star out of these 3. You could wish a lot on this banner and get unlucky and not get a single one of him. And you'll be getting all, like, Bennett's and Orons, for example. So that is a very real thing that can happen. Now, just to show... just these elements here. Ianson is a good example of that for me, for one part. Because she released on the same banner that Brissa released on. And I have her at Constellation 0, so I did not get any cons, I only got a single copy of her. However, I got Brissa at Constellation 1, so that means I got 2 copies of Brissa. I also got another copy of Jean, so she's C10 after that. And I also got Cloud Retainer on that same banner too, because she was the second character that wished there. So that's 4 5-star characters I got off that banner, but only 1 Ianson. And then, when she reran again, when Emily's banner came around again, I tried 40 wishes there, and at 2 pity, I end up getting Tignari. So that's another 5-star I got, but that's a 50-50 loss. So if I go back to my banners here, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... 35, 40. So these are all the wishes that I did, and I got Tignari then. So I'm at 40 pity, but no Ionsons in that round. And then, the other thing I can show... Character Archive. Now, Aoife released with Escavier on the banner. I got Escavier, but didn't get Aoife. Dahlia released with Skirk's banner. So they ran together. I got Skirk, but no Dahlia. So, from my experience, just personally, it's been much easier getting the 5-star characters than the 4-star characters. And there's also enough 4-star characters in the game where they only run 3 of them for every banner cycle. And there's a lot of them that do repeat quite often, like a lot of the early ones that I already have at C6. Like, we'll often see lots of Bennett's runs a lot, Ling runs a lot, and all that stuff. So a lot of those earlier characters tend to run a lot. And the newer ones don't run very often. Now, there's enough 4-stars where we could have more than a year in between them actually running. Like, they can't run all of them in a year. And then you think about, oh, standard banner, you can get them off there. But thing is, with standard banner... Actually, I don't need to go into history here. Details. So these are the 5-stars. So all these are the 4-star items that we can get off of standard. So if you're looking for a very specific one out of here, like if I want Ianson out of here, when I do get a standard 4-star, it could be any one of these items, and you have a less than like 1% chance to get the one that you want. And there's no guarantee, no pity system to guarantee the one that you're looking for. So it can be very difficult to get them, and then a lot of 4-stars are actually pretty good too that you would want to use on your teams, even with your 5-stars. And they did say last anniversary that they know that there's a growing problem with the 4-stars and acquiring them, and that they'll address it at a later time. So I was hoping they would address it this anniversary, a whole year later. But they still haven't. They didn't even talk about it this time. So, as a tip to people, do not overinvest in trying to go after 4-stars. It's a trap. Okay, so what I need to do now is spend resin. And I've been actually going after Mora, because I want to get my stocks up for the next region. What am I at currently? 28 million, so I'm 2 million away from my goal.
Here comes another.
Rise with the sun!
Let's
finish this fast! That was quick!
Okay.
Let's finish this match. Yeah. Burn it down! Light of the blazing sun!
Now, with being able to build so many characters, I'm definitely going to need a lot of resources for it. Actually, I'm just going to change my party a bit here.
Whatever would you
I'll
do
bring
without
Amy
me?
back.
Right here. Emerge.
Rise with the sun!
This is it. Through.
Okay, so it moved up here.
Full throttle!
All right.
Let's
Right here.
Let's
Emerge.
finish this fast.
Let engraved names echo.
Alright, you asked for it!
Okay, that's the last of my current resident. Actually, how long is that? 7 minutes. Okay, 28.4 million. I need to make a visit to my teapot. $14.10 teapot currency I collect.
This realm is...
Actually, I shouldn't really be collecting that because everyone's maxed out anyways.
If you ever...
These have... Oh, they're almost ready. Another hour and a half. I did end up completing this. So I'm going to be having to look into what they're changing for Imaginarium, because they're adding more modes to it. Now, this is something they really need to speed up to. I have 4 keys up here already. I got 2 keys to claim, but I can't because I'm at my maximum. I don't have Venti. I'm never building Diluc. I don't actually have Shenhai either, but I just spent keys because I could. Everybody else, I've unlocked already. I didn't do Deaz because I need to get her to 90, which I don't feel like putting the resources into doing so. But absolutely everyone else, as you see the green check marks on them, I've already collected all theirs. So, when the next Imaginarium releases in a matter of a few days, these keys will be completely wasted, and I'm still giving it cap. Well, when the new version comes out, actually when the 6.0 drops, I'll be able to use all 4 keys and unlock Yolans and Nahidas right off the bat. But they need to start releasing these characters at a faster rate. So for those of us, because not everybody's going to have every one of these characters either. Like, I don't see a lot of newer people having Ganyu. She's not a recommended pull. And also, newer players don't have all the standard 5-star characters either. So, in that case, or even having those characters built. So, not everyone's going to have all these characters. So, what they need to do is release them faster. I suppose what I could do, though, is I could just unlock Ventis, because just so I don't waste those keys, even though I'm never gonna get him. Yeah, I can collect these. But I'll be sitting on 2 more keys once Imaginarium resets again, and on the 1st, which I'll be streaming that, of course. And then I'll have those 4 keys, and then when 6.0 drops on the 10th, then I'll be able to do Nahidas and Yolans. My Nahida and Yolan are quite strong, so I should have no trouble doing their challenge from this. Is there anyone that I actually had any trouble doing their challenge? Cosmos took me a few tries to try to work out how to get the swirl, the correct swirl, because they always want to do the low priority swirl, so it's so easy to swirl the wrong element. Yeah, I'm missing the Obtain Her. Yes, he does, although he's allergic to cats. So he has a hard time going to the cat's tail. And speaking of Diona...
Phew! Finally a chance to put our feet up. Here, drink this. It's water with some salt and nectar in it. It makes a great recovery drink after intense exercise. The flavor is nicely balanced, with a touch of salt to offset the sweetness. Go ahead, take a sip, and you'll feel a burst of energy, plus a boost to your mental clarity. Actually, you know what? Forget all that. Just try it for yourself.
I didn't know she said that. But she's already making Gatorade. What was my fortune slip here? The handwriting here is quite exquisite, to the point of seeming like some sort of printout. This doesn't look like a fortune slip. To be honest, we weren't the most familiar of the people in the organization Alice founded. But I find that things and people around me have changed much in many years that followed, and now you're amongst the few I am most acquainted with. I must confess that I did not initially understand what Alice saw in you. Being interesting was the measuring stick, said she, and being the most interesting was the only criterion for being invited to join. Later I realized that I had only thought that I had understood your stories. That your activity for the world's operating principles could perhaps sometimes surpass that of astrology. Sometimes, that is. I, too, have grown old, and I do not know how long I have left, so yes, I admit I really do miss you, just a little. Not that I would actually go over and keep you company or anything, though. I wonder if that's, Barbarloth, one of the Hexen Circle, that written this out. Mona's master. It's definitely someone who's well familiar with Alice. And Barbarloth has a couple of nicknames. Alice calls her Barbie. Hey, welcome to stream, Happy Boy. And Mona calls her Old Hag. And I did already set my supporting cast for next Imaginarium. I think this is a good spread for the next one. Tetsuclaw is going to be part of the special guest stars. My Nihida C2, so it should be quite useful. Yes, they're actually doing quite a bit. So, you know how they mentioned last anniversary that every anniversary after we're going to get be able to select a free standard banner 5-star? On top of getting, when we select the standard banner 5-star, we'll get all the materials needed to get them to level 60 immediately. So if it's one that you haven't gotten yet, you can get it up right away. And for those of us who log in every day and keep playing every day, we're going to have a new event that lasts over the version, where we could get, for select older 5-star characters that they pick, where we can get up to 4 constellations on limited 4 stars. Or not 4 stars, 5-star, limited 5 stars. Like, some of the other ones I saw, like Yamiko was there, Nilu was there, Sino was there, Baiju was there. So there's quite a few of them, and also all the standard banner ones as well, so if you want to do that. And the other thing, too, is when you have a character that's already C6 for a 5-star, and you get another constellation on them, so this usually happens with standard banner 5 stars, then you get another material where you can convert that, or use that on the already level 90 character to raise their level even higher, up to a maximum of level 100. So I'm gonna, and they're also gonna consider constellations got in the past that was beyond C6 previously too. So for me, my Jean is C10, so I'm gonna get 4 of them off of her. My Mona is C8, so I'm gonna get 2 of them off of her. So that's going to be 6 of them right off the bat. And I'm immediately, of course, since I'm a Yamiko main, she's going to be the first one I'm going to get to level 100. And then I'll be taking very strong consideration on who I do the other ones on. Because they're going to be extremely limited, especially if you're not a spender in the game. Most players are not going to have them. I believe it's more for the whales who whale the game who will have a lot of them. Using a Yamiko may not be the quote-unquote best choice on a meta scale for it, but since I'm a Yamiko main, it makes sense for me specifically. We're also going to get 20 wishes, so 10 fates and then 1600 primos. Nihida and Yelan are going to be the next ones to get their echoes over here. So I'm definitely going to be getting theirs. The first half banner is going to be Llama and Nahida. The second half banner is going to be Flynn's and Yulan. And I know it's going to run on second half with Flynn's. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. So I'll have to see what all 5-star characters that they're putting in, because they're not doing every 5-star character. They said that they're only doing select 5-star characters for the 4 free constellations. You might only get one. Ah. Yeah, I'm expecting that they're going to be doing the less desired or the least pulled after, or ones that people are not pulling for, because they already know that even if they were to rerun them or whatever, not many wishes are going to be put into them in the first place. So that's probably why they're selecting those ones. And one of the reasons why I'd be looking, because out of the ones that I remember seeing, Nilou probably would be the one that stands out for me the most, because her C1 makes her Hydro Aura last stay up 100% of the time. Yeah, Klee and Child. Like, Klee is another one I possibly could go for, so I would want to go for this one here for Nilou, and then this one here would be nice too, because that gives another 35% resistance shred to both Hydro and Dendro. So this is actually really nice here too. So that'll probably, because my Barbara Bloom, so far I got her up to 108k, this will allow that to go even higher. And if I do go for Klee, because that's another one that I thought about, her C2 makes it so her Jumpty Dumpty does a 23% defense shred. So if I use her on a forward vape Farina team again, where she's allowing Farina's pets to vape, this will also make Farina do that. Yeah, no, they're not doing it for 4 stars. This is strictly for 5 stars. They did not address the 4-star problem, and I went over that. Actually, before you joined, I actually talked about the 4-star problem. But just to recap on that real quick. Okay. So, I have C0 Ianson. However, in order to get C0 Ianson, I got 2 copies of Orisa, a copy of Cloud Retainer, and another gene to get 1 Ianson. And then I re-rolled on Emily's banner to try to get Ianson cons. And I got Tignari. So now I'm up to 5 stars I've gotten. Trying to get a 4-star constellations, which did not get. So I'm basically 5 to 1 for ratio of 5 stars versus desired 4-star. And then on top of that, Aoife released with the Scoffier, Dahlia released with Skirk. I got the 5 stars, but not the 4 stars.
Huh? Ooh.
And she's the one I'm picking for the anniversary. Another thing that they're doing is for artifacts. So you got a +0 here. That's a 3 stat. We'll be able to see what the 4 stat is going to be without having to roll on it. So then I can tell if this is actually going to be good or not, because this could give like ER, EM, or crit damage. And they'll make this like a worthwhile artifact. And if it's like HP or defense %, then this artifact will basically not really be worth it. This one really isn't worth it. We'll also be getting more feathers and elixirs, which is always good. And perhaps, maybe, my Versa can get a better Sans. Because her stats are pretty decent now. Got 95, 203 crit ratio, 1844 attack, but she gets a lot of attack on her team, or ideal team, for Overload. But Einstein gives her attack too, so lower attack isn't that bad for her. She does want more crit stats. But if I go to her artifacts, her helm is actually pretty decent. It's got some ER on it, which is beneficial on her, but 14.4 crit rate, that's helpful to her. Their goblet is really, really good. A lot of crit damage on it, some ER, electro damage. This is absolute crap. I only have... Actually, let me do it this way. Here. Okay. So this was a 5 stat starter artifact. 1 roll went to crit rate, 1 roll went to crit damage, 2 in flat attack, and 1 in flat HP. So this rolled like crap, and this is the only attack Sans I got from the set that had double crit on it, and I used, as you see, I used my elixirs to craft it. And I just can't get one to drop, and it's just not coming up for me here. So this is not helping. Her feather is actually really good, except the 5 HP is kind of wasted. It'd be nice if that was attack %. But the crit ratio on it's pretty decent. And then the flower, it's decent crit ratio, but no other good substats. So this is kind of cope. Not as bad as the Sans. So it'd be nice to see an upgrade here. But this right here is puke bag worthy. But RNG is what it is. What does this person want? I'll wait for them to zone in.
Whoa, that doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, they're not on my list here. AR 56, they're low AR. They've done Act 3, Act 6 there. 28 stars in Abyss. That's decent for their AR. And they left.
Whoa, that doesn't sound very good.
Well, I didn't get an EPA, so I'm not getting the Lunar Charge there, and I'm definitely skipping Flynn's because he fails my account self-rule. Well, Lunar Charge does take account of your crit stats, so I could see a Miko being decent with it. Oh, you got rid of HSR? It got too much, so too much to manage at once. Yeah, I definitely understand that. That's why I limit myself to one gacha game at a time.
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
I see. So the power creep is just out of control for HSR. Ooh. Now, I don't know how Nodcry is gonna go. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a similar bump like what Natlin was. But looking at the initial release characters and comparing it to Natland, yeah. When it comes to Genshin, they didn't give us Saijin, which is going to be like the hardcore kind of thing, right? So I got 199 seconds in this. Yeah, we have 3 of them now in Genshin. So we have this, Abyss, and Imaginarium. I'm glad that they didn't nerf the cooldowns on the other ones when they added Saijin. Yeah, but you also get other stuff too, right? Like, I didn't get the weapon skins. These are only temporary anyways. But these things are really, really good to have, the feathers. So it's really beneficial if you can get these 4 and 5 down. But the Primos is a low bar. Yeah. Now, the Primos are definitely the most valuable thing here. I'll agree with that. But there is a reason for going higher in here, too. And that really just helps with your builds. It's kind of like the old philosophy in games, the rich get richer. So being able to get down the higher difficulties means you get more stuff, which means you can get yourself even stronger. Yeah. I did something like 280 seconds on my first clear, just so I can get all the rewards, and then later on I went ahead and did my pushing to get my time lower. Although I've seen some other people, when it comes to, like, the first 10 days when Saijin comes out, we get to spend our resin there to get artifacts, and how it's more resin efficient than doing the artifact domains. There are some people who think they need to do the hardest difficulty they can in order to get the artifacts, and no, it's either hard or higher. So you can even go straight down to hard mode, knock out the bosses in like 10 seconds flat, and then collect your spend your resin that way. So you don't need to go try hard if all your goal is just to spend your day's resin. I have to do it this way to actually show it. Okay, so yeah, hard mode I did this, so just to show. But if you take a look at my times on hard, because this is what I use to farm my, just spend my resin on. 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 17 seconds. Clearly, I put in very little work into this. Now, I know there's people who don't like going try hard. Like, if they don't get a fight down, they get frustrated and such like that. And yeah, that's kind of understandable. However, I've played other games too in the past, of course, and I used to be a big World of Warcraft player, and I was a raider back in the day. And when raiding, in the early days of World of Warcraft, you needed to farm up a lot of gold just to afford repair bills for raiding. Then you got the raid consumables that you got to farm up for your potions, your elixirs and stuff, for your buffs. And then if you're working on progression night, you could be on the same boss if you're trying to do like
personally, I think the idea of things
heroic mode or whatever, or the version after that they came out with.
Alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
You could be wiping on the same boss for 6 hours straight in a long raid. And then you're spending absurd amounts every time you wipe in order to do the fight again. In Genshin Impact, it's very, very, very different. We can't use food or anything like that in Saijin, Imaginarium, or Abyss, all three endgame versions. And we don't have repair bills at all. We don't have to repair artifacts or weapons. So if we do fail on a fight, there's no cost. It's only time. So we don't have to do farming to build ourselves back up to do the fight, to keep trying on the fight. So there's no penalty. We don't lose experience when we lose or anything like that, or if we don't succeed. So there's no cost to failing. Yeah, they're trying to change that, and they did give a tease on user-generated content too for the live stream. So they're trying to add more ways and more things to do as well to kind of diversify things. Now, looking at my 5-star characters, what characters would I like to get constellations on from their thing? I definitely would like constellations on Jalonin, but I doubt she's ever going to be there for any time soon. Yamiko's already C6. I don't need to get more constellations on her. Cat girl? Which cat girl? I'm talking about Kaching? I got her C6 as well. And she's a standard banner, so I probably won't worry about standard banner ones. I'd like to get a couple constellations of Navia, because it'll make her crit ratio more understandable. But I doubt she's going to be on there. I don't really use Ganyu anyways. Don't. I probably won't get constellations on him if I could select him, because yeah, he can give like a 200 EM buff with his C2, but his C1 just drags out his rotation, and I already have him at a certain ER level, so I don't need his C1. Of course, the newer characters like Scoffy and Skirk would be nice ones. Same with Sitlolly. Sitlolly would probably be the better one to get cons on out of those, but I doubt they're going to be on there anytime soon. The rest of C2 would be nice, but I doubt she's going to be there. I don't care about cons on Ayaka because I got Skirk. Raiden's already C2. Her C3 is not going to mean all that much to me. Baiju's fine the way he is. He doesn't need constellations. Milani, I'd love to get a constellation or two on her. It's just, I was going to wish this patch for cons on her, but I saw the Not Cry trailer, and I know I need to save my wishes. Siege Queen C2 would be okay, because I use her a lot with Farina, and that's another 35% Hydro Resist Shred for Farina. So that'll just increase her ability to buff Farina. Nilu's probably the number one that I was looking at possibly so far to get cons on, because that'll help her with my Bloom teams. Elon's already C2. Kokomi cons is if you want to use her as a non-field damage carry, which has fallen off quite a bit. Yeah, she kind of wants her C1 really to be worthwhile, which I did get. Like, her C1 really should have just been her base. Well, his C1 gives him additional charge on his E skill, which, if you can get him to a certain level of energy recharge, I got 212 there, plus this weapon here. So he does get a lot of energy back, so even if he's the only Dendro, he's getting his burst back reliably, still. He is over his 50k health to max out this passive here. And his C2 just gives him a bit more Dendro application when he's off-field. So this could be nice, but I don't think that doesn't put him all that high up for choice for selecting for 5-star, or to selecting for constellations. Need a C2, don't need to care about that. I don't need cons on her. I don't really use Hutao. Hutao's kind of fallen off anyways, don't need cons on her. Klee potentially has this that I could probably go for, and that could help out. So I think it's just Klee and Nilu. Cloud Retainer cons wouldn't be too bad, actually. Extra charge on her elemental skill. That's not going to mean too much, because... Actually, what's the cooldown on Elemental Skill? See if that does mean anything. 12 seconds, so 24-second rotations. Yeah, that's not going to be the best. Well, it could help, because every other rotation you can do 2. And her Constellation 2 greatly increases her buff from that she gives to plunge attacks. So her attack would be increased by 20%. And her passive that she gives here basically doubles. Yeah, so it goes to 400%, and this goes to 18k for the max. So it literally doubles. But I'd probably rather do Nilum instead of her. Because this will be nice too, because it gives her Water Circle an extra 6 seconds. Because the way it is now, this has... It lasts 12 seconds with an 18-second cooldown. So this will bring it up to 18 seconds to match. Well, if you can get the 4 free constellations for other characters, it's worthwhile looking at what you can get then, because it's not costing you wishes to do so. And just look at what's more available and try to work out what will be the highest value to you for what you have. The other thing I don't know is, because the way they phrased it, they could limit you to characters that you already have and just get constellations. Yeah, that's fine. I can always look through stuff. Like, for example, if they put Shenhe up there as one of them that you can select, would I be able to get Shenhe and then, would I be able to acquire 5 stars that they list up there using that method? The way they phrased it, I don't think they will. It may have a requirement that you must have the character first. It's just the way they phrased it. I'm assuming that's the way it goes, but I can't be 100% sure. True. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm just not trying to give hype on expectations that may not come to pass. If that makes sense. But if we can get 5 stars that way, and they do have Shenhe there as an option, I might actually get her at that point. Yeah, because if I get to pick 4, 2 of them are definitely going on Nilou, and then I can have the other 2 on Shenhe, and that'll get her to C1. Yeah, so it gives her 2 charges on her skill. And her C2 is actually really good, too. Divine Maiden's Deliverance lasts 6 seconds longer. I think that's her burst. So, duration 12 seconds. That'll bring it up to 18 seconds. That's a good amount of time, and that's actually a 15 crit damage, is it? Yeah, 15 cryo crit damage. So that would actually be pretty nice, too, to have. Because that'll put her really... That'll probably makes her a lot better on Skirk teams. Although for Skirk, you're only really doing one of these per rotation anyways. Because... Yeah, 10 seconds, 15 seconds... 7 charges, yeah. Because you can't just hop off a Skirk to refresh her thing and go back to Skirk and continue with your cryo application with her. Or cryo hits with her. Because that forces her to end. Yeah. But she is technically the best option for the 4 slot for Skirk team right now. Yeah, she does need a lot of energy recharge from what I've heard. 80 cost burst. So you want to go, I know the 2-set attack. And then Favonius Lance is her best free-to-play weapon because 565 base attack and ER. However, that makes me think... Yeah. Because we got this weapon in game 2. So this is similar to Favonius. But the passive doesn't give energy, but it gives more attack instead. So if you manage to get enough ER substats, you might be able to get away with this on her. But this would be like the best free-to-play option for her. I got another R5 there, another R5 there, another R5 there. That's not fully built, and I can get another R3. So I got no shortage of these. This would be good for her, too, because 674 base attack and 36.8 crit, energy. Yeah. Well, any cryo damage carry that's focusing on the actual cryo hits that doesn't, or she's not going to steal reactions from, or it doesn't matter if she steals reactions from, then, yeah, she would be really good with them. My Navia right now has a 76-215 crit ratio. Oh. And she has enough energy recharge to reliably burst every rotation. She is on the 4-set Echoing Woods. Yeah, because Jane Lang, I think, will have enough cryo to do it. Or enough pyro, actually, to do that. So, Constellation 1 on Navia. So, every time she consumes her ammo, she restores 3 energy to herself and reduces the cooldown of her burst by 1 second. Up to 9 energy you can gain this way. So, that's also up to probably 3 seconds taken off the burst, too. So, this just gives more uptime. So, this would be actually really good for if you're doing her in co-op. And this also basically removes her energy requirements on her too, and if in a normal party. And then her C2 is actually really damn good. So when you consume her ammo, she gains crit rate up to 36% crit rate. So I'll be over hard crit cap with her on her E skill, but the crit rate won't be completely wasted as her normal attacks after doing the main shot will still also go by her crit rate. But this will make it so she never misses a crit on the actual E skill. Now, in addition... Oh, so in addition of her hitting her elemental skill, another shot of her burst will strike the enemy as well. So you just get a little bit more burst damage. But you can see why these would be nice to have for Navia. This is very meh. The interruption resistance is minor on this from what I've heard. And then it's just expiration movement. Which I really don't care much about. And then there's the C2 that everyone goes after. So Hydro... Well, actually, Electro is the least of them, but these are all really damn good. Well, they do get a good amount of power from getting their C2s. And, oh, not always. Well, they do have that, but it's not always just for that. Like, even getting Milani's C1, it adds on her first Sharky Bite rotation, she gets an extra 66% of her HP scaling to her first Sharky Bite, on top of having better expiration. So, and since she only does like 3 Sharky Bites in a rotation normally, this ends up being like a 20% overall rotational DPS boost for Milani. But it has more implications than that. So let's say you're doing the current Spiral Abyss and you have a wave of enemies before, or you have an enemy before you do the boss. With her C1, you can one-shot that first wave and then be able to do 2 Sharky Bites right away on the boss before you end that rotation. So I think the terms other streamers have listed as like breakpoints of damage to where you get more from it, even though it's not... It doesn't seem like a lot more, but it can end up being a lot more in the long run. So her C1 is actually really good to get for the actual damage portion. And then her C2 is actually really good because it makes it easier for her to do more. She'll be able to do like 4 or 5 Sharky Bites in rotation instead of just doing 3. And it helps make her nice to last a bit longer and gives her Sharky stats faster. Now, there are people out there that say Milani is fairly hard to use. Well, that'd be a good target. Her nuke has a huge arc, and it can hit walls. Yes. So I generally try not to use it while I'm at the side of the abyss floor. I'll try to wait until I'm like in the center or something for it. And then I don't have to worry about it. But what used to happen with her, which I'm glad they fixed, is when she first released, half the time when she did her Sharky Bite, instead of launching at the enemy, she'll launch away from the enemy and completely miss her Sharky Bite. And even slight movements from the enemy will cause her Sharky Bite to miss, so you felt like you're missing half, if not more than half of her Sharky Bites. And it was a complete pain to deal with, and it made her feel really bad to play. Hey, Pimp, welcome to the stream. So, I'm going to show the most important skill that you have to have when using Milani, which apparently is a rare skill amongst players. Which I don't understand why. It's the ability to count to 3.
Bring it.
So, 1, 2, 3. Sharky Bite. 1, 2, 3. Sharky Bite.
Let the mountain's veins boil.
2, 3. Sharky Bite.
Need a surfboard?
I've seen a lot of people use her, like either borrow her in Imaginarium or use her as one of the trial things, or even people who actually had her and trying to use her in the thing. And most of them don't even wait till she has 3 combo points before they Sharky Bite on her, and they lose so much damage. You're losing like half of her damage if you Sharky Bite on 2 stacks instead of 3. It's huge. Yeah. You just need to count those combo points up to 3 before you Sharky Bite. So the ability to count to 3 is important on her, and so many people don't have that ability, apparently. And it makes her damage skyrocket.
Need a surfboard?
Oh, I got 26 resin. Yeah, I'll do this one over here. Reading is also a rare skill these days. It's not just Genshin players. I remember seeing a statistic recently that out of when they do the standardized testing in high school for students, there's now like a 40% illiteracy rate in the States. That's a huge number of people that just can't read.
Next customer. Amazing.
There we go, there's resin. So I'm now at 28.5 million of my 30 million goal for Not Cry. Well, they implemented a new way of teaching reading in schools, which is I forget the term for it, but it's supposed to be the intuitive way on how to learn, and it's trying to learn how to read without context. And with a lot of the AI tools that people have been using to do things for them, they're just not picking up the skills themselves to do it. So people just don't get those kind of skills anymore.
Ever tried chasing waves before? You want to try? Well.
Oh, Pim, take a look at this. So 210 wishes here, 5 wishes in Primogems, and 101 wishes in Star Glitter. That's 316 wishes. Or 316 wishes. And if I go in my shop, none of those wishes came from here. Not cry. There's a lot of characters I want in Not Cry, and I don't even know if I'm going to have enough. So that's why I figured I'm not going to go for constellations on Milani. I'm just going to save all my wishes for Not Cry. It's just too risky to go for Milani cons right now. Especially when I'm not going to be swiping in the game for it. Now, I do not recommend to anybody to whale on the game. I'm not going to stop people from whaling, but I'm not going to recommend it. Well, I'm gonna have a bunch of noise in the background soon, so I should probably wrap up stream here. But I'm excited for next patch, because there's gonna be a bunch that we're gonna be getting. And so far, I'm thinking I may get constellations on Nilou and Klee from that thing, from the free constellations. But I don't know if I don't know what all characters is going to be available, so that may change. Yeah, you can buy if you want, but... Like, look how far I've gotten in game, and I don't whale at this game at all. Like, maybe not totally free to play, like, there's some Welkins and Battle Passes I've gotten, but... That's it. Oh, okay. Let me open up Discord here. Okay, so I see Baiju, Dea, Wander, Nilou, Sino, Tignari, Ayato, Ye, Shenhe, Ito, Cocofish, Yuamiya, Ayaka, Eula, Hutao, Zhao, Ganyu, Albedo, Child, Klee, Keqing, Mona. Yeah, all the standard ones except Mizuki. So if they allow us to pick a new 5-star to get, then I'll get 2 copies on Nilou, and then I'll get C1 Shenhe. But if we have to own the characters first, then maybe I'll go for C2 Klee. Baiju's fine as he is. Dea is Dea. Enough said. Don't care for Wander, don't care for Sino, don't care for Tighnari, don't care for Ayato, don't care for Ito. Kokomi doesn't need cons. I don't need cons on Yoimiya or Ayaka. Eula I don't care about. Hu Tao's fallen off anyways. Xiao don't care about. Ganyu I got C1, she doesn't need cons. Yeah, Albedo, I got Chiori. Why do I need Albedo? Child don't care about. Gacheng C6, Mona C8. Chi-Chi is Chi-Chi. Enough said.
Instead
Luke
of
don't care about. Jean
themselves to the
C10.
heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
So I'm going to get 6 of those things to be able to level characters beyond 90 with. And I'm definitely getting Yeimiko to 100, and then I'm going to have to put a lot of thought in where I'm going to put the other ones. I may just save them up and use them on Columbina. Oh, so much stuff to do to keep up with. Okay, so if you use one of them, you can get a character to level 95, and if you use 2 more of them, so a total of 3, you get them to level 100. So if I'm getting 6 right off the bat, I can get 2 characters to level 100, or I could get 6 characters to level 95. Or 1 character to 100 and 3 characters to 95. So, Pimp, are you gonna get your official to 100? What it is for those cons? Actually, let me do this. So, in order to get those, you have to go through, you're spending your resin and doing dailies every day to get these. And then as you do that, you get to select certain characters for the constellations. So you gotta hit the weekly progress goals and get those. Ah, I see. But if you were to get those, would Fischl be your first one? Now, they did mention something about finding stuff and finding all the chests in a region.
Need a surfboard?
So I'm wondering the details on how they're buffing that, but I guess I'll find out about that at a later time.
Full throttle!
I probably didn't have to get up for a motorcycle for that.
Carving waves! Surf's up!
Although me getting Yamiko to level 100 is probably no surprise. There is something that I wonder, though, because when you level them, they gain Ascension stats. Yamiko's, I believe, is crit rate. I wonder if she'll get more crit rate if I get her to 100. Actually, let me take a look at those things you sent me. It doesn't say. They could do something for 4 stars too in that regard, because if they want to do that special Stella stuff after a character is C6, they could introduce that for 4 stars, and that can be traded in for different 4 stars that you want if you end up getting ones that are like past C6. But it doesn't have to be to a 1-to-1 ratio. It could be like a 1-to-3 or 1-to-4 ratio. It just says that it increases their stats. It doesn't specify about the ascension stat for a character. So if you get them to like 95 or 100, will their ascension stat go up? Because if it does, then that would be pretty big. Because imagine if I get like another 5%, 6% crit rate on Yamiko. And the higher base attack would be nice, so just make her other stats scale even more. And she's already a glass cannon, so more health won't hurt either. What's Movika's ascension stat? Crit damage. Could be worth getting Movika up to. Her base attack is already insanely high. And if I do this, it goes even higher. It's almost 1300 base attack. Yeah. I guess I'll be one of the first to find out if the event, if we can pick characters we don't have for the 3 5 stars. I know Albedo wants a C2 to make his burst actually worth using. Navia? Or who? This is a guy. Oh, this girl. Malvika, the Pyro Archon. She sets her hair on fire, so any type of oils or anything like that will get burnt off. Yeah. I know there's gonna be people that's gonna go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and then pick apart everything that we likely missed. So I'll keep an eye out for when those videos come out for recaps.
Rise with the...
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Nope. Although she probably needs one hell of a moisturizing agent. Because I can see that drying out her hair in a hurry. How would you moisturize fire hair anyways? She could be dipping in that avocado oil shampoo then. It'd be nice if once you get like a... Because I know when it says that you've completed 100%, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've done 100%. There's still usually a lot of stuff left after you hit. Oh yeah. It favors us old players that has a whole lot of stuff, but newer players, they just can't benefit from it at all. Yeah. But it'd be nice, because they said that they're going to be making it easier, but if you, once you have an area at 100%, if you use a treasure compass there, it should just show everything else that's left after you've already got hit 100% visually on the map. That way you don't miss anything. And it's not handing it to you on a silver platter anyways, because you got to get to 100% in the first place to unlock it. At least that's my opinion how it should be. Yeah. Like, there is purpose to the exploration, right? You gotta really get you involved in the region that you're in by having to explore it. So, I don't want to have that taken away. But, like, I still want to actually do the exploration. And that's why I don't bring up guides and take in a path to absolutely 100% just with a walkthrough, because that takes away, like, the organic exploration that you would do normally. So I don't use the Tibet map or the interactive map for my exploration. Now, the only time I use the interactive map is if I want to go farming something and I don't already know all the spawn locations for it. Like, I did do this without guides, although I think there's something I did miss. Yeah. And I also like how you don't need any specific characters to do all your exploration. Characters do make that easier. However, it's not mandatory or anything like that. No, let me double check. It says I'm live with excellent connection on YouTube. Alright. Glad to have you back.
Bring it!
Alright, well, it's been 3.5 hours already. So I think this should be where I'm calling it here now. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining me here today, and a lot of excitement coming up for the next patch. And I got stuff I got to get accomplished now in real life. All right, and take care.